RAA comprehensive car insurance. If it's a write-off, you get the sum insured or market value, whatever's highest.
Oh, that's good.
Because all claims are handled here in SA, it won't be a hassle for you.
Great.
Looks like it was a bit more than a double tap.
Hashtag dad joke.
We do more. Get a quote today.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome to the Martin Sports Complex. It is round 20 action here of the NPL South Australia. Good to have your company through Facebook Live or YouTube Live, whatever your preference is, but it's good to have your company. Today's round 20 action, live from the Martin Sports Complex, is all proudly brought to you by the Adelaide Fence Company. And the Adelaide Fence Company, for all your fencing needs, you can visit adelaidefence.com.au and mention the NPL Match of the Round broadcast for a great deal. There you go, right on screen. The Adelaide Fence Co. or Adelaide Fence Company for all your fencing needs. AdelaideFence.com.au, mention the NPL Match of the Round broadcast for a great deal if you want to keep intruders out or people that you don't want too close to you out. The Adelaide Fence Company, our match day sponsor, round 20 action. The Adelaide Blue Eagles today hosting MetroStars. It's going to be a very important game. This could make or break the top six for one of these two teams. And let's not forget also the RAA proudly supporting football here in South Australia. Great supporters of the game here. Get an insurance quote today. And they do more than just insurance. I've got the RAA helping me out on the side of the road there when I need. And there you go, right on screen. Proudly brought to you by the RAA. Great supporters of football in SA. Today's matchday commentary team. Yours truly, Paul Pellizzari, with a great man next to me. Paul Bombardier, Rob Peppercelli.
Trying to find him.
Rob Peppercelli, your two commentators today, and of course your statistician Paul Bombardieri and our boundary rider Ryan Marveggio. But firstly, a very good afternoon to you, Rob.
Yeah, good afternoon, Paul. Good afternoon to the viewers that are watching this big game today. And it's going to be a huge game, especially for MetroStars. MetroStars are 6 points behind Blue Eagles, so they need to get into the top six. This is a must-win for them. If they lose, no chance of making the top six. So big, huge game for MetroStars. Also Blue Eagles too. If they win today's game, they should be locked cemented for the top six playoffs.
Absolutely. Good afternoon to you, Paul Bombardieri, our statistician, and keeping us up to date with all the scores around the grounds.
Yeah, good afternoon, Rob. Good afternoon, Paul. And good afternoon, Ryan. Yeah, it should be a big game here at Martin Sports Complex. And yeah, can't wait for the kickoff.
And he's down there checking out the ground for us, Ryan Marveggio. Good afternoon to you, Ryan. And how are the conditions down there?
Good afternoon, listeners, viewers, and the boys upstairs. You're looking fresh and ready for a big game. Yeah, the conditions.
Upstairs is God, isn't it?
Is that you, Rob? Now, going through the ground. Actually, I was just thinking to myself. I remember playing here back in my playing days, and around this time of the year, the Martin complex does get a little bumpy and a little bit sandy and all that. But the pitch is in actually fantastic condition. We're first week of August, and it's held up very, very well. Underground, the pitch is nice. It's not too soft. With the amount of rain we've had in the past month, it's very nice underground, and there's hardly any bumps. So we're definitely in for a crackerjack game.
Okay, boys, let's have a look at round 19 results. What happened last week in the city of Adelaide, the NPL South Australia, and there we are on screen.
Yeah, some interesting results too. West Adelaide desperately needed a win last week, and they did. 4-1 against South Adelaide. Croydon Kings, probably the form team at the moment. They've been pretty good in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Croydon Kings 1, defeated the Blue Eagles 0. Comets also been in great form. 2, defeated the Adelaide United 1. MetroStars, their form has really gone backwards, and as I said before, they need to win today to get any chance of the top six. They lost 2-0 to Raiders, who have been okay this season. Been very good, actually.
Have been okay.
Been very
Third,
good.
I
changed the very good. Anyhow, Parry Hills have been okay of late as well. Barney Smith done a great job down there. Parry Hills 2 defeated Adelaide City 0, and they got a huge game today. And Olympic, got to say, another great team. Another team that's been in great form. I think they've lost a game in 15 rounds. So that's Adelaide Olympic 2, Campbelltown 1.
Para Hills with that win last week, you would imagine, has kept them survival in the NPL.
Wasn't that the best game of the season last week?
Which one?
Adelaide Olympic and Campbelltown.
Oh, the one we covered, absolutely. It was
great
crackerjack game, but also a great result for Para Hills over Adelaide City last week. Probably confirms that they will stay in the NPL SA next season. All right, let's have a look at the table to see what all those results mean.
Campbelltown on top on 37. We thought today's game would have been their minor premiership game, but don't think so. Depending on other results, it could still be. You never know. They're on 37, Olympic on 33, Raiders on 32, Comets on 31, Croydon Kings on 31. So still that top, the second spot, the all-important second spot, is still available there. So
100%, 2 to 6 is separated by 2 points.
So that second spot's very important, isn't it, to get that double chance. Then we've got Blue Eagles on 31, Metro Stars 6 points behind on 25. Big game today. Also Adelaide United, big game. Still got a chance to get in the top 6. They're on 25 points. Para Hills, a little bit of a sniff to get into that top 6. Also need to win today. They're on 24. And the big games is Adelaide City up against South Adelaide today. They're on 15 points, so must win for them. And also West Adelaide's a must win today. They're up against Campbelltown. It's going to be a huge task. They're on 15 points, and we know South Adelaide are gone. They're into the State League next season, and they're on 7 points.
Okay, round 20 action, of course. I think all games at 3 o'clock today. You'd be happy with that, Rob? I think, yeah, they are. All games at 3, round 20, there you go, on screen.
Adelaide City, big game against South Adelaide, should win. South Adelaide just haven't been good this season. Raiders up against Para Hills. Blue Eagles against, match of the round is Blue Eagles, Metro Stars. Croydon Kings against Comets. Campbelltown against West Adelaide, Adelaide United against Olympic. Okay,
boys, just some head-to-head between these two teams. Metro Stars last time out in June of this year against the Blue Eagles, touched them up 5-0. But two fairly different teams today. Both players gone back to their home countries, injuries, very different lineups today. Prior to that, back in 17, of course, Blue Eagles had a stint down in the lower divisions there. They drew 1-1, so you can't really read too much into that. Probably the one you want to look at is the form leading into this game. The Blue Eagles with a loss against the Croydon Kings. They drew with Adelaide City. They beat South Adelaide only 1-0. They lost to Adelaide Olympic 4-0. They lost to Para Hills 2-1, and they drew with West Adelaide 1-1. Not great form for the Blue Eagles, but on the other side of the ledger, equally as poor, Metro Stars with a 2-0 loss to the Raiders, 2-1 loss to Olympic, a 3-1 loss to Adelaide United. That Adelaide United, of course, was a friendly, so you probably can't read too much into that one there. They lost to Campbelltown 2-1. They lost to Croydon Kings 4-1, and they drew with the Comets 1-1.
I think their last win was against Blue Eagles, I think. They won 5-0.
Could be right. And that was back in June. Yeah, absolutely. So not good reading for either of those two teams.
I know we're not supposed to talk about odds and that, but the odds last night, Metro Stars, were $5 to win.
Yeah, they've come into 330, interestingly. But Blue Eagles here at home, they've got some good, well, not really. They've won 3 times in the last 12 meetings for 3 draws and 6 losses. So Metro Stars not scared to be playing here at the Marden Sports Complex. So read what you will into those stats, boys, but it is a game for the top 6, if nothing else, between these two teams, the Blue Eagles and Metro Stars.
Looking at the lineups for today's big clash, before we go and talk about the game.
Certainly in goals for the home team, the Blue Eagles, Richard Goss wearing the number 5 today. The captain for the Blue Eagles, Chris Anikiadiko. Number 6, Brylon Thuani. Number 7, Shakubawa or Shakuba Hutton-80. Number 9, Daniel Cockerline. Number 13, Alamal Kabidi. 14, Stefan Glusovic. 15, Christian D'Angelo. 16, Hamish McCabe. 17, Liam McCabe. And 24, Adrian Baroni there in defence. The reserves for the Blue Eagles, sporting a very famous name here at the club. Number 3, Raffaele De Lucia. Number 11, Christopher Mercarella. 18, Lucas Candeloro. 23, Anthony Panagulias. And the reserve keeper for the Blue Eagles is Benjamin Jackson.
So a couple of players out for the Blue Eagles. Evan Conovelis got a red card last week. And also Damien Cretton, normally in the first 11, those two players.
What happened to Damien? Is he injured?
I think he's injured.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of players out, and just a positional change. Kabidi, Ryan, playing in the stopper position, so which is a bit unusual.
That's very unusual.
So alongside with his captain, Christopher
I like
Anakiarako.
the photo you got there on screen, Rob, with young Mercarella. What, is that he's formal or something?
Yeah, that's the only photo I could get.
The suit and tie.
He's looking good.
Good form. Okay,
Yeah.
let's have a look at the visiting team.
Looking at the Metro Stars, they've also made a few changes as well. A lot of players injured in this Metro Stars lineup. We'll go through the lineup first, and I'll tell you the few players that are injured. Number 1 in goals, Isaac Carmody. Number 5 is Timothy Henderson. 24 will go to Noel Bonada. Number 8 is Rocky Callisto. 10 is Anthony Solana. He's the captain for today's clash. 15 is Liam Wooding. 17, Matthew Dorber gets his starting lineup today. He's been on the bench a few times. 18, Fabian Barbiero. 19, Cooper O'Donnell. One of the youngsters that I was impressed with a couple of weeks ago. Paul played quite well. 23, Christian Esposito, and 26, Stephen Carley. On the bench for the Metro Stars, it is number 3, Cohen Morris, 12, Benjamin Head, 22, Hamish Gale, and 25, Jackson O'Donnell is reserve goalkeeper. The referee for today's clash is Eric Ford Sestilli. His assistant is Ian Crossing, and the other assistant is Thomas Tenby.
So today it's 6v7. Blue Eagles hosting Metro Stars. Blue Eagles 31 points, Metro Stars 25. Blue Eagles have scored 28 goals this season and have conceded 28. Metro Stars have scored 36 and have conceded 29 this season. Are we ready to go around the table and make a prediction, boys? Or are we too early for that?
I'm actually going to go Metro Stars. So.
Rob?
Yeah, probably. I'm going to go with Metro Stars, I presume.
I'll go with Metro Stars.
They've got a few players out. I'll mention the players that are out for Metro Stars. We've got, I'm trying to remember now.
Delosio.
Justin Davis, Delosio, is out. The other one, Dylan Smith. There's 3 key players out for Metro Stars. But they've got such a big squad, haven't they, Ryan? The players they've got are pretty capable of winning today's game.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm going to go for Metro Stars as well. They've got Hamish Gow to come off the bench and Colin Morris. They're established type players, you can say, in the league so far. But that was always going to be the problem for Blue Eagles, was their squad depth. As you can see, Metro Stars had a few key injuries, but they've got some players still to come in and utilise the squad. But with the Blue Eagles, you know, if you have a look at their bench, it's still very light. And when you start playing your key number 10 as a centre-back, you're going to start having... You're going to start having a few problems, but there's some alarm bells ringing within the squad. So I think Blue Eagles are going to be in a little bit of trouble today, and I think if Metro Stars are really serious about making this top 6, today is a must-win. They're going to have 3 points all over this game.
Just a correction with the Metro Stars. There's another player adding on to that. It was on the screen as well. It's number 11, Matthew Charalambas, also on the bench.
Excuse me, sorry to be
Metro
doing that
Stars
on screen as well.
Thanks, Paul. So, yeah, Metro Stars, I think, should win today's game, but Blue Eagles, you can't write them off, can't you? You got the
Scored
McCabe,
28, conceded 28.
You've got the McCabe twins there, and also Kabidi in the team.
Where the goal's going to come from.
The McCabe certainly can score. Hamish up front can score goals. Liam is around the mark. Glucevic is a good striker, so yeah, they can score somewhere.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going with
Metro Stars.
Yeah, I think they've just got a little bit more firepower. They've got Dorver, Barbiero that can score, and Esposito, of course, up front, the excitement machine. Has had a bit of a quiet season. Not that we've seen Metro Stars often to make such a comment, but the games that we've seen him, as opposed to last season, he used to set the games on fire. But this season, a bit quiet.
Yeah, he's been a bit quiet. Yeah, Ryan?
No, I was just going to say, that's one question, if I do get a chance to interview Robbie, would be 25 points for Metro Stars at this point of the season. Yeah, you make the finals, and if they do make the finals, do you classify that as a good season with the squad that they've got?
Well, it's interesting, Ryan, you say that, because if you're the top 6, 2 to 6 are separated only by 2 points. If they happen to get in there's not much of a gap between, 2 and 7. But today's a very critical game for Metro Stars, and dare I say, a must-win game for Metro Stars, because otherwise it's...
A must-win game also for Blue Eagles.
To consolidate in the top 6, absolutely. But there's probably
Metros, yeah, you're right.
A bit more pressure on Metro Stars to win, because as you mentioned, Ryan, will it be classed as a failure if they
And
don't
even
make
if they
the
win,
six?
they're not guaranteed, aren't they? Because
Of course not.
their last 2 games are not going to be easy. They've got Adelaide City, who are desperate
For survival.
and West Adelaide.
Would, again,
Is
just
that
Adelaide City
right?
and West Adelaide, gee. So
Well,
Metro's got a good chance to make the top 6 if they can win today.
There's always danger when you're playing relegated teams that they'll be playing for survival. So it could go either way today, but probably a little bit more pressure on MetroStars to win. But Blue Eagles, people might say, well, minus the Italian imports, but they had good form even before the Italians.
Speaking to Voyo before the game, that's what's been missing in their lineup is a striker at the start of the. If you had him, he reckons last week they lost 1-0 to Croydon Kings. Voyo reckons they would have won that game.
and it doesn't go. And I don't blame him. I don't doubt what he's saying. Every good team has a great striker. We saw last week Olympic. We saw the week before with Wines and that. Every good team in that around that mark or really battling in that top 4 have a good striker. Is it why MetroStars are struggling this season? Because their star striker Esposito is having a quiet season the last 2 seasons. He's been on fire and he scored quite a few goals.
And the other player that's missing is Tommy Strain, and you saw him a couple of weeks ago, right?
And there's your other player, Tommy Strain.
And he's a striker.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So his injuries really decimated.
Yes,
So would
they have.
MetroStars say, okay, if we scrape into the top 6, is it a good season due to the injuries we've had?
Well, it's all going to unfold for us very shortly. Blue Eagles hosting the MetroStars today, and it's all thanks to the Adelaide Fence Company. Go visit their website for the special for broadcast viewers, of course. Mention the broadcast match of the round for a special discount. They'll look after you. Always the Adelaide Fence Company bringing you this round 20 action, MPL SA.
And another player, sorry boys, that just to the side of me is Lachlan Barr.
Yep, there's the other
he's
one.
just sitting right next to me.
He's a great player.
And basically in the stand. So that is a lot of players. But that just shows what a squad MetroStars has.
It is a big squad, isn't it?
I like the strip of the away strip of MetroStars. I like that black with the orange.
Guys, who do you think is going to get relegated? Adelaide City, West Adelaide. Adelaide City have got South Adelaide today. Then they've got MetroStars and Comets. West Adelaide have got Campbelltown today. Olympic and Metro.
West Adelaide will get relegated. South and West are gone.
Agreed.
I reckon South and West. Speaking of Campbelltown, just want to. What do you guys think of how Campbelltown performed in the FFA Cup?
Very admirably. I think they could have almost got a result that night if
Good
it
to see
wasn't.
Marino play well.
Fifey,
Matsumoto was on fire, wasn't he?
Fifey in that first half could have, should have scored. The goals that came against Campbelltown, I don't think Harpers could do too much with either of them. I think, in fact, Matty Mullen, if you want to be super critical, Matty Mullen probably let McLaren go a little bit and wasn't switched on. And
McLaren's a soccer
but he should have been on him.
And no disrespect to Harpers, that the goal from McLaren at that post there, it
should have been covered.
Should have been covered. It should have been stopped.
It's very lucky, Ryan. I think you're being a bit harsh. I think if you want to be, as I said, super critical, look at Matty Mullen. He let him go.
And I'll tell you what,
He left
somebody should pick up Matsumoto. The way he played that night
Well, the commentators
wouldn't
were
be
saying
silly. I mean, you're looking for strikers, a flair.
The only thing with
he's
these
too
players
small for a
here,
striker, isn't he?
yeah, that
He's
he'll
more
take
of a
up a
striker,
foreign
yeah.
spot. So is he better than foreigners that we get in the country? That's the question that you got to ask. I'm not saying he's not saying he is, but it's the question you got to ask yourself because he does take up a foreign
Better than
spot.
Baba Diawara that was there for 3 years and did nothing.
I agree, Robbie. That's the question and the debate that gets raised.
Okay, we're just about in readiness for the kick-off here. It is round 20 action, all thanks to the Adelaide Fence Company. And Metros will be kicking to left of screen. And Blue Eagles in their traditional blue strip, white shorts, blue socks will be kicking to right of screen. So Eric Forza-Stilly gets us underway here for the round 20 action. You've got to say a must-win game for MetroStars as Timmy Henderson goes to the far side straight away. Solania, the captain, wearing the captain's armband, all already on his way to Esposito, but well defended by the Blue Eagles, sort of. They've considered an early corner.
Good to see nice clear numbers on both teams. The white standing out. So there's a corner kick, first one of the game. Going to MetroStars. It'll be taken here. Who is that? That's Barbera, isn't it?
Yep.
So Barbera with the corner kick. Gets it in. Charge for Christian Esposito! Save on the line by the keeper.
Great save that was.
It was. And well up there by Esposito.
Let's have a look at this on the
it.
replay. Unmarked, I think. Esposito, the 23 on your screen. No one tied on him. It was a very free header, and Lucky
headed it down
saved.
well.
A great save.
Oh,
We've just missed that as we're watching the
Bernardo
replay.
just scored.
Well,
I hope
this is the second. This could be the goal. Or is this the Esposito free header? That's the Esposito free header. Great save
might
by
have missed that goal.
Goss. I reckon Jim will still have it. Goss remonstrating.
Again, no one picking up the play.
not.
Great run into the box, great ball into the box. Again, no one picked him up. Another free header.
There we
They
go.
didn't learn off their first corner, and they got punished this time round.
Here's
There it
the
is.
second corner. Hopefully this is the goal. No, this is still the free header by Esposito. We may have missed that.
That was so quick.
I thought we could still get that live action.
Yeah, we'll try it a bit later as Metro's all of a sudden a 1-0 up straight away.
Out.
Had their chance in the first minute. In the second minute, here he goes, the replay. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Well done, Jimbo. So the replay with the corner kick. Headed there by
Near
Bernardo.
post, yeah.
Well
Beautiful
done.
goal.
Great goal there by Bernardo. And good pick up by Jimbo.
Near,
girls.
near post too. So, yeah, caught us by surprise once again on the replay. There's a super close-up. What was the man, young McCabe, on the near post? What was he doing? Goss not too happy, understandably. Anyway, this game going at 1,000,000 miles an hour as Goss clears.
Not only that, boys, they didn't learn off their first corner. No one's picking up the run.
Throw in Henderson. Let's reset here. 1-0 up, Metro Stars. Good
Got a
start
funny
for
feeling
them.
This is going to be a 5-0 again.
Take it easy, Rob. Ball on the far side. Salania hits the ball up. Esposito, little touch. They look
Gee,
a
they
bit
look on
slicker,
fire.
don't they? Barbiero, to no one in particular. So Blue Eagles should clear. Liam McCabe to his brother. That could be offside. It is. And it's Glusovic caught offside for the Blue Eagles. Wow, what a start to the game. But you're right, Ryan. They didn't learn from the first corner. And McCabe on the near post for that very reason. You could say that Bernardo threaded the eye of the needle. 1-0
He's
Metro
been
Stars.
okay. Saw him a couple of weeks ago.
He came on. I think that was his debut
Last week, 2 weeks ago, he started.
for Olympic. Against Olympic, sorry.
Against Olympic, yes, he started. So it's a free kick taken in by Captain Salania. Goes short to Henderson. Henderson looking for a player there. Easy cut out there. Barbiero losing it. One of the McCabe brothers won it. But Metro's full of fire at the moment. Good work there by Carly. Went back to Henderson. We went back to his keeper there in Isaac Carmody.
Gee, this
A bit off the side of
Coqueline's
the boot.
tall, isn't he? Big boy.
Actually, he's number 19, not number 9.
Well, he's number 9 on
Oh,
the-
he's number 9,
He
sorry.
is number 9,
Yep,
yeah.
sorry. As it goes over the sideline for a throw-in. Blue Eagles with the ball. That was Liam McCabe, I think. That was Glusovic, actually. That leaves it for D'Angelo. Trying to find Liam McCabe. Well worked there by Barbiero. Goes out. Bernardo gets it left-hand side of the park, looking for Dorber. Dummied it, and dummied himself too, I reckon, over the sideline for a throw-in.
I think Thawani read that best, actually. Maybe it slipped underfoot there, but Blue Eagles now with a throw-in, grandstand side. Down the line, Henderson gets his head on it to Barbiero. Barbiero goes central. And Wooding goes backwards to the keeper there in Carmody. Carmody goes long with the left foot. Aerial ping pong comes down to Callisto, tries the through
here we
ball,
go.
asking a bit of Esposito there, and Goss easy to it for the Blue Eagles. Lightning start if you've just joined us. 5 minutes gone on the Green Play Australia time clock. On the Green Play Australia scoreboard, it's Metro Stars 1, Blue Eagles 0.
It's a low kick there by Goss. In the way it's Kabidi. Unusual to see him in stop position. We're going to see that change maybe in a half an hour's time. As they go backwards, back to the keeper there in Goss. Up in the air it goes. Looking for Liam McCabe. Winning it was Salania there.
Bit of a nudge in the back against Callisto. Coqueline.
For Sestilli. Sees an infringement.
First foul, Bomber.
First foul for the game. That stat is brought to you by Green Play Australia.
So it'll be Barbiero. Looks like he's the go-to man today. Taking all the free kicks, gets it in the corner kicks, trying to chip it, trying to throw towards Wooding. Winning it is Baroni. Not a good ball, though. In the way it was Cooper on that far side. That's Cooper O'Donnell. Goes all the way back to keeper there. Carmody had to get rid of it straight away. Up in the air it goes. D'Angelo looks like he won it from Esposito. Well read there by Barbiero. D'Angelo doubles back. Controls. Their passing is shocking.
Yeah.
Goes straight to Esposito. Luckily he wins it back. Goes out to Kabidi. Kabidi can try and clear it. Wooding was there. Ping pong at the moment. Tawani with the ball towards Baroni.
Baroni now for the Blue Eagles. MetroStars look a little bit more energetic to the ball, a bit more desperate. Blue Eagles looking cool, calm and collected, but no urgency at the moment or intensity. Anyway, it's Wooding, touches it to Barbiero, touches it to Dorber, who goes to Callisto, asking a bit on the far side there. MetroStars with a shot, It's a good shot. Is that Esposito again?
Yeah.
Correct.
Cleared eventually. It'll come back at him. Solania, but Kabidi tidies up for the Blue Eagles, plays it up the line, asking a lot of Glusovic. Henderson will go back to his keeper, and they'll start again from the back. Carmody, just over 7 minutes gone, goes wide to the far side. So O'Donnell played it up the line. Kabidi under pressure, should come away with it. Almost felled. He's turned it over. Esposito to Wooding, but no one read the play, and that'll go out for a goal kick. So MetroStars 1-0 up over the Blue Eagles. Almost 8 minutes gone on the Green Play Australia's time clock.
Aurelio Monteleone, all the way from Italy, watching the games, just saying hello to the boys. That's to us.
Agree with you, Paul. MetroStars have come out with a purpose. They understand 3 points and their season's on the line, and that definitely shows in the first 5 to 10 minutes.
So if you do want to watch the game on the Facebook Live page, the Football Federation of SA's Facebook Live page, also on YouTube on the NPL SA TV, you can actually watch it on YouTube as well. So the ball's with Henderson, the MetroStars. He'll switch play, goes to Carley, Stephen Carley, Matty Dorber. Did well. Well read though by Hamish McCabe. Sends it over the sideline. Will be a throw-in to Carley. MetroStars leading 1-0. Just over 8 minutes played. 8.5. Just over 8.5. Green Play Australia scoreboard. It is Metro's leading 1-0 against Blue Eagles. Baroni does clear it. Looking down the line, looking for Glusovic, but reading it well to Henderson, to Solania. Very versatile Solania is. Scored against Olympic a couple of weeks ago. Plays in the midfield, now playing in the stopper position due to a few injuries. As it goes to
Anikiatiko under pressure, handball. Be lucky not to get a yellow card. He was outnumbered. MetroStars boys asking for the yellow card. Just watch this on replay. He knew he had lost control and he went diving for the ball. Now,
Bit of afters there.
Callisto still remonstrating with the referee wanting a yellow card for Anikiatiko, but common sense prevailed.
Deliberate handball.
It was, I suppose, and you know, to the letter of the law. Hutton 80 cuts that play out. Cockerline now under pressure, and Wooding applying that pressure and winning the throw-in. So interesting. So this is where I don't agree. If it's there, it's there. It's got to be given. You can't say, oh well, you know, it's the 89th minute or it's the first minute. I'm not going to do it. A foul's a foul is a foul. It's from the throw-in. Chip back by Wooding.
And isn't it accidental handball is a penalty now as well? That's come into play.
Accidental handball
Yeah.
is a penalty.
Yes.
If it's an accident, then how is it?
Oh, I think that's it.
No, we'll talk about that one at half-time.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
No. If it might be a penalty, Rob, but they don't get the double whammy. It's got to be in the box. They don't get the double whammy of the card.
No,
that's
but
the.
I heard that somewhere.
It's still a penalty. It's been in for a while.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Sometimes it accidentally hits your hand.
Yeah.
But now it's a penalty.
In the box, but you don't get a card.
No.
You don't get the double whammy.
No.
Back to the live play now. It's MetroStars into attack. Callisto goes short to Wooding to Barbiero. Plays it forward now. Here's a chance. That's That was Bonarda. It's been cleared up to the halfway line.
Oh!
Cocker-line.
Barbiero's in a bit of trouble.
And there's a yellow card without hesitation. See this, watch this on the replay. So 50-50. Oh, yes, Stud's showing. In fact, he's pretty lucky it's only yellow, in fairness.
He's trying to demonstrate that he's saying his foot was down, but
No,
clearly
wasn't.
his studs were up.
Yeah, 100%.
Very lucky. That could have
Very
been
lucky.
dangerous.
Gee whiz. Metro's lucky to keep their full complement on the park. 6th versus 7th today. Blue Eagles in the 6th. They got a 6-point buffer. Could make it 9 and guarantee themselves. Or this is Metro's last roll of the dice for a potential top 6 position. As Kabidi now goes long for the Blue Eagles and wide. Henderson should see it through to his keeper. It comes eventually. And Liam McCabe just making sure, keeping the keeper honest.
So it could spoil the game, Barbiero, if he got sent off then, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can't look at it like that, Rob. As I said,
Yeah,
a
but
foul's
himself,
a foul.
he's got to be careful with things like that.
100%.
This is a big game for Metro Stars, a must-win for any chance of making that top 6.
In a 50-50, don't even go for it. Don't even compromise the
Bombers got
team.
some score updates.
Yeah, score updates around the grounds brought to you by Greenplay Australia. LA City leading 1-0 against South LA Panthers, and LA United Youth leading 1-0 against LA Olympic.
Hell.
And the other game?
All the other games are 0-0.
Who are they?
Croydon Kings versus LA Comets, 0-0. Campbelltown City versus West LA, 0-0. And Raiders versus Para Hills, 0-0.
Thanks, Bombers. The ball is with Metro Stars. Bordorba trying to get to it. Ends up with Thawani. He's a great player, isn't he?
Yeah,
We've
cool,
always
calm and
liked
collected.
him. Goes out to Hamish McCabe. Looking for his brother, Liam.
No,
running
Liam's
onto
onside.
him.
He's onside.
Liam with the ball. Cuts it back. Chance of the Blue Eagles.
Great tackle there by
Good
Carly.
tackle there by Carly. And they could have scored then. Did well.
Metro's
The
in the
two
break now.
McCabe's, don't they, combine well. You can tell they're twin brothers as they go out. Barbiero. Blue Eagles with the ball though. D'Angelo goes all the way back to his keeper there in Goss.
Yeah, smart play too by the McCabe brothers, because the player on the far side was offside, but Liam hit the afterburners, and he was the player onside and created the goal chance for Blue Eagles. That could be a free against Metro Stars. Wooding getting into the back there of Cocker-Line. Referee calling for a ball. How many fouls is that, Bomber? Conceded by Metros.
Metro conceded 2 fouls with LA Blue Eagles at 0. But stats brought to you by Greenplay Australia.
So it'll be a free kick. Only Cardicor coming across to take it for the Blue Eagles, who trail Metro Stars by a goal. Only Cardicor goes long to the far side. Good control. Got a nudge in the back there, Hutton 80. But legal, says the referee. So Blue Eagles still in possession. Kabidi now goes on a bit of a run. Tried a through ball, but asked a lot of Glusovic, and it went out of play for a throw into the Metro Stars. In their defensive half, they lead 1-0. Early goal coming from Noel Bernarda in the 2nd minute from a corner near post. It's Metros.
So Metro Stars Barbiero goes back to O'Donnell. Cooper O'Donnell looking for Dorba. Dorba's got the ball. He goes Metro Stars. Callisto just couldn't quite control that one.
Callisto ran in his way.
As it goes down the line, Bernarda.
Gee, I like that.
Hip and shoulder. D'Angelo goes down.
And he's not,
Not
small,
looking too
D'Angelo.
well.
Let's have a look at this on replay. The classic hip and shoulder. Here it comes. Kaboom! 50-50. Both boys going for it. D'Angelo probably the more solid build, in fairness. And Bernarda just
Fair bump.
fair bump.
He's definitely throwing himself around, Bernardo. He's got
Yeah,
his goal.
I
He's
like
up
him.
and about. He's trying to prove to Robbie Saraceno, the manager for Metro Stars, that he is a perfect replacement for their forward line that's been decimated by injuries currently.
So both players okay after that?
Might
coming
be a
together?
foul. It's a foul.
Yeah, correct. It wasn't a fair bump.
Against
Bernarda. So Goss will take this free kick, comes outside his box. Gets it looking for Cocker-Line. Cocker-Line controlling it.
is being held too. Yeah, Wooding can't really complain about that.
Free kick to Blue Eagles.
Well done by Coqueline. He's a big man.
So that's
He was bought as a striker, but playing more in the midfield. As we know, Testadi was up there in the leading goal scorers, out for the rest of the season. As they go into attack, keeper
Good take.
just grabbed it, didn't
great take.
he? Stretch
Thought it
arms.
was going to go over him, though, didn't you?
Esposito wins it, or gets the ball, goes down the line. Bonata, he's out of bite, doesn't he? Goes with the ball, goes inside the box, and saw his name in lights.
What was that?
And cracked it.
Off target just.
And I like the way he runs.
Bit
I
of a
like
rush
got
of blood to
pace.
the head.
He's got pace. He's definitely got a bit of pace to burn it too.
And he also had players in the middle waiting as well, if you put the head up. But at the moment, as you said, Ryan, he's on fire, so why not have a go, even though that was well off.
I think he's got another one in him, boys, today. I feel there's another goal coming from him. He's up and about.
So Goss now with the goal kick, gets the ball up to the halfway line. No breeze to speak of here today. Beautiful overcast for players, spectators and the camera boys as well.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
It is. As Barbiero goes at it, it's McCabe that comes away with it, plays it to his brother. Comes back inboard to Hamish, looking for support. Coqueline goes backwards.
They've settled a bit better, haven't they, the Blues?
Glusovic takes it to the byline. Baroni it was, sorry.
Corner, boys.
Wins his team a corner. Here comes Glusovic to take it.
Why would you have Glusovic taking it? He's your striker. Be in the box, son.
Maybe
Have a goal.
Maybe
Want a goal.
Maybe he can't head it. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. You're a poacher. Have that goal box instinct.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ryan. It's a
Well,
strange
he could
one.
be the best player to take it, the corner kick. I don't know.
You're your striker. Do you see Fernando Torres in his prime taking it? Do you see...
He's not Fernando Torres.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, do you see Berbatov ever taking a corner for United?
Here
He's a
comes the
striker.
corner kick for the Blue Eagles. Goes
Nice.
deep. Coqueline the target. Couldn't get there in the end.
It was
Dorber
a nice
doing,
corner, Glusovic.
Dorber doing
Oh,
the
he went
defending. Hutton 80 from the chip in. Keeper couldn't get there. Still a chance. A volley. It hasn't been cleared, and now it has by Esposito. And Dorber to make sure of it. But some goalmouth pressure there for MetroStars, and eventually they deal with it.
So it is on the far side. They go into attack it. As I said, they're looking better, aren't they? The Blues.
Responded well.
Yep. There's a quicker throw. Goes to Esposito.
Oh,
he's in trouble,
yeah,
boys.
yellow. It's only yellow.
Yellow.
Fawani.
Awani. Let's have a look at this on replay. Not as bad as the Barbiero one, I think. This replay will tell us. The Blue Eagles faithful.
Oh, that was pretty
The
bad.
leg was
That's
raised.
a studs, wouldn't it?
Yeah, here we
Blind.
go again. The
Blind.
close-up. Just have a look at this. Great camera work, fellas. I think the leg came up afterwards, and that's probably
Maybe.
what saved him a little bit. But he's gone in the book, Thuani. And the Blue Eagles faithful just wanted a different colour card, I think. But it's only yellow.
That's fair enough.
Although the assistant is having a bit of a word to Eric Ford-Sestile.
He's in a little bit of trouble. It wasn't... listen, the ball was there to be played. It was just a little bit... It was a step over late. It was nothing too intense. It wasn't...
We'll have a look at the replay again.
It's going red card.
Oh, here's
So-
two. It is red. Gee whiz. Gee, I don't know about that.
The
If
red
that-
card, I think, is a little hard.
Yeah.
I saw the studs.
Yellow for sure. Yellow for sure. He was
Yeah.
late. He was late.
Let's have a look again. Oh, that's
That's
no
pretty
worse.
bad.
But only because the
It's
leg
bad,
went up
though.
afterwards.
Yeah. No, he went with studs.
That's a young kid as a linesman under a little bit inexperience. That's what happens
You
when
know, I
you've
think
got
the
young
assistant
referees.
should have
So is
minded
that
his
straight
own-
red, no yellow then?
Straight
No,
red.
straight red.
Yeah.
The linesman's
I
picked
didn't
that
know
up.
they could change there.
Well, he's changed his decision
Yeah, he
on
should.
the assistant's advice. But I've got to say, that was no worse than the Barbiero one.
As soon as you saw the motion, the linesman,
Yeah.
he hit with his foot, didn't he? So,
Well, we've got a moment and break. Score updates around the grounds thanks to Green Play Australia. Adelaide United Youth are leading 2-0 against Adelaide Olympic. And obviously 0-0 still between Raiders and Para Hills. 0-0 between Campbelltown City and West Adelaide. 0-0 between Croydon Kings and Adelaide Comets. And 1-0 between Adelaide City and South Adelaide Panthers.
It wasn't bad enough, a goal down. Now they're a man down, Blue Eagles, and they're defending. Coqueline, Wooding, but Hamish McCabe comes away with it. Goes for a bit of a run. Plays it to his brother Liam. Liam, gee, not too many blue shirts around him. He's outnumbered. Henderson now. Barbiero chips it forward. Wooding. Barbiero now in the centre circle. Switches the play to the far side. Good control. Dorber needs some help. Try to take on the player. D'Angelo awake to that. Dorber comes again. He's held. Could have been a foul. Still Dorber and D'Angelo. The double D's going at it. D'Angelo up the line.
But in
concedes
saying
the
that,
try, yes.
should Barbiero have been sent off?
No, that's right, exactly.
I've seen in a game of football a lot worse tackles than that
So
have been given away.
Esposito now, he's at the tip of the box, turns one way, gets a back pass, I was going to say, or maybe he was chipping it for Callisto and coming to nothing. But I agree with you, Rob. I did
Maybe
say,
both players, yeah, could have.
And this is where the assistant, that intervention has cost the red card, because if the referee saw Barbiero's original tackle, that was to me more red. But anyway,
Well, it was fair enough, yellow each. Anyhow, it's Metro Stars playing against the 10 men of Blue Eagles early in this first half too. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them. There's a cut back there, chance for it's a handball.
or ball to hand, I think.
Okay. Wasn't they supposed to be penalties, accidental handball?
Nah, I don't know about that rule, Rob.
I heard that somewhere.
No,
I'm telling you.
I think you heard it on
It's coming to fruition.
Radio Sponduli
No, on TV.
TV.
Yep.
Ball out of play.
You can
D'Angelo's down, boys.
Gee.
And there's a substitution being made on the bench as well. But Panaguilis is coming on.
For D'Angelo?
Don't know. I don't know if it's a substitution due to the red card or because of D'Angelo. But D'Angelo's down. He looks in some pain, and it's getting when it rains, it pours,
yeah.
and it looks like it's pouring for Adelaide Blue Eagles. But I'm just going to go back. I've got all respect for referees and linesmen. It's a very, very hard job, and no disregard. But that decision there is a big, costly one. And if you don't have the experience, if you don't have the experience,
replay shows your studs are up. So
if you don't have experience in a game and game of football, those tackles are made. No Metro Stars player was complaining. A yellow card is fair. It was late. It had no malice, or it wasn't a leg breaker. That's the difference between a red card and a yellow card. That was late. I was right in front of it. A yellow card any day of the week. Now the
studs are up. Studs
Yeah,
are up is dangerous.
Then if studs are up, then Barbiero has to be off too.
Yeah, that's
100%. That's what. Yeah, I agree.
I think the studs up, if Jimbo can bring the replay back up while D'Angelo's getting some treatment.
It's studs are up.
The foot went up after the challenge.
No, I don't
watch
agree.
this. Watch this.
The studs-
slowly.
Studs are there.
No, see that trailing left leg that went up after the challenge.
You see those tackles every game.
That's a yellow card.
Once a game, you see a tackle where it's just late.
Easy.
It has no malice or intention.
Close
It has no malice or intention to hurt the player. It's just a late tackle.
Now,
it
the
was missed
first-
time. That's all it was. That's a yellow card.
The first one might have got him, but because, I think it's only a yellow card because the leg was raised after the challenge.
To me, that tackle was similar to Barbiero's, and they both should have been
100%.
sent off.
100%. Barbiero's was
That's
worse.
what I'm
And
complaining
Barbiero, that was a yellow card as well.
And the sub, I reckon it
Yeah,
going to go to
D'Angelo's
sub.
off.
Gee, that's not good.
That's due to the tackle before, was it?
I don't
Sure,
know.
he's getting walked off.
Okay, who's about to come on here?
23.
Panagolias.
Panagulias.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
a
amazing.
double whammy, triple hit really. 1-0 down, player down, and one of their better defenders in young D'Angelo coming off.
It looks in a little bit of discomfort, boys. If the cameraman want to pick him up, he's sitting on the seat
Here we
on
go.
the sideline.
Right. Commentator, producer. Anything else you'd like to do while you're down there,
There
right?
we go.
He's a class.
Trying to think of something else.
Is it his shoulder? Because he had that shoulder
he
collision.
looks. I know he looks. I don't know if he looks in distraught. Like he looks in a bit like he's
Where did that come from?
Knocked out or
knocked
something.
out. Yeah,
You can find as a boundary ride, if you want to take that roll up, you can find out for us half
It's just a little bit. I'll find out half time. It's just a little bit too far for me to walk currently.
Not
I'm
now,
nice and comfortable in my chair.
Obviously. No, not a great clearance. There's a game back on now. Wooding in the middle of the park. Hamish McCabe tries to apply some pressure. Now on the far side, it's O'Donnell. Gets support, gets a 1-2, but they've turned it over. Now Cockerline will come away with it, or is it running away from him? Plays it now. Looks like Hutton 80 switched sides. Hutton 80 now on the right-hand attacking side. Looking at his options. A man down, turns it over. Wooding now in the middle of the park. Try to find Dorber. The thought was good. Execution poor. And coming away with it was Kabidi to Hutton 80.
Hutton 80 trying to get past his marker there.
That's how you challenge. Well done.
Carly. That's right. Then you don't have to
Well done, Stephen Carley. That's textbook
argue
challenge.
about what if it's a yellow or red, isn't it?
Correct.
Correct. Up in the air it goes, just on the Facebook page. Linda Andrew, who scored, Bernarda scored in the 2nd minute mark. And she also says, what the hell was that tackle?
Well, it was a yellow card, I'd say. But anyway,
So the ball is with Blue Eagles.
free kick.
Panagolias gives away the free kick. He's playing in that right fullback position. So Barbiero quickly takes it, trying to find Wooding, trying to catch him on the offside. Chance for Wooding.
Oh,
Has he got to it? No, he cuts it back. Esposito!
The post!
Hit
And-
the upright and the keeper's hurt himself.
I don't know what Kabidi is saying. I've heard, he's saying he didn't hear, but I heard the keeper scream keeper from where I'm sitting. And he's
Yeah.
saying he didn't hear the keeper. I
Well,
don't know what he's listening to.
Let's see on the replay what happened there as it ran past Goss and that hit the post. Angle against Esposito, and he did well from that angle to hit the post. That could have been number 2 and maybe curtains. A little bit of luck finally going the Blue Eagles' way. Now, is Goss all right after all that?
Yeah, he's fine. He's a tough nut.
Goss is fine. Kabidi, that's what happens when you don't play centre back. And D'Angelo's still sitting in that seat, and he's looking in terrible shape.
He's looking at the sky.
So Goss just a bit ginger as well. Just
He's asking Kabidi to take the goal kick.
there we are on screen. D'Angelo. The trainers aren't too worried about him. He's there by himself.
Looks like he's got a head injury. Or
Hand in head,
Mm.
head in
Or
hand.
he's got a headache. The ball's with Blue Eagles in the back lines. Kabidi. You're not going to win a game with him playing down back there as they go into attack.
Blue Eagles are going to play this half out. They've got 15 minutes left, a bit of extra time, 18 minutes left, sorry. They've just got to get into the sheds just to regather. They can't let MetroStars concede. Close up shot for the rest of the half.
Big kick there by
Goss.
Goss, sorry. As that's cleared here. MetroStars, Henderson. Cockerline was there. So the Blue Eagles, can they get their shape? Hamish to Liam McCabe's. So they still
Good
got the
defending.
ball. Well done there by
O'Donnell.
Cooper O'Donnell. Wooding looking for Bernarda, but Kabidi well read. Classy player. Trying to get it going, but Barbiero wins it. Bernarda, oh, he's got a bit of skill.
Twinkle toes.
Goes to Barbiero. Tries to switch it, not a good switch though. Easily cut out there by Baroni. Left side of the park.
Here's a chance.
Liam McCabe runs onto it.
No one in the box. Had to
No
hold
one
it up,
there.
Yeah.
As he cuts it back. Cockerline was there, but Wooding in the way. Goes to Callista. Player goes down though, centre of the ground. Cleared here by Anakiatiko.
There was a hospital ball anyway. Liam McCabe, offside flag up. He's come from an offside position, according to the assistant. Getting very involved in this game. And it's still only 1-0 Bomber.
Yeah, score update at Campbelltown City leading 1-0 against West Adelaide. That score update is brought to you by Green Play Australia.
Well, the West Adelaide leading and the West Adelaide losing and Adelaide City leading has just put them back into relegation bother. So from the free kick now, up over the halfway line, Kabidi gets his head on it. McCabe almost slipped at the crucial. Liam plays it up the line, giving chase. Glusovic, but gee,
Henderson.
Push.
Henderson maybe could have won a free. Let's see. There's plenty to see at half time with the highlights. A lot's been happening in this
Got in
game.
his way. You had
Just
to
a
push
little
him.
bit of a nudge. Got him off balance. Anyway, throw into the Blue Eagles, far side of the ground, into attack. Trailing 1-0. Half an hour gone on the Green Play Australia time clock. And the Green Play Australia scoreboard, MetroStars leading 1-0.
So Glusovic with a long throw there in the way though. It's Solana. Ends up with Carly. Carly got his head to it. Looking for Matty Dorber. Touches it back to Carly. He'll send it into attack. Looks up. Does so. Great
good
ball
vision.
towards Wooding. Wooding touches it to Barbiero. Metro's looking good at the moment. They're 1-0 up. Goes out on the far side to Esposito. Down on the ground there to Wooding. He goes down. Referee waves play on. Good call. Goes to Cockerline. He clears it. No one there though. That's the story's going to be for the rest of the game, I reckon. One man short. It's always difficult. And MetroStars, Solana has got the ball.
Plays it to Henderson as MetroStars come out of defence. Short to Barbiero. Barbiero, the orchestrator this afternoon. Esposito was a target. It didn't get there. Fortuitously, it might come to O'Donnell, but the keeper hesitated. And eventually, Kabidi and Goss, just one's on AM, one's on FM, I think, at the moment.
AM, FM, what does that mean?
Different frequencies.
Ah,
So from the long clearance.
that's not bad.
Do you like that one, Rob?
Yeah, I like it.
And that's not comedy, that's
That's
wit.
factual.
Here's a chance now for Bernardo, who's already scored early.
Yes.
Bernardo, angle against him. Kabiti's got to be careful. Was cut back right across the
He
face
didn't
of
go
goal.
down. If he went down, that would have been a penalty.
No,
He's
good
hurt.
play. You don't want to see simulation.
He's
Oh, it
upset.
wouldn't be
I think he's hurt
simulation.
himself.
He's hurt himself.
I think he's gone.
Nah, he's
No,
saying
he's
his
banging
groin.
the ground.
His groin.
Anyway, here's the replay you're watching.
No,
Did
he's-
well to keep his feet. Very sportsmanlike. The cutback, but no one there to meet it now. Carly gives away a free. Eric Forza Steely just got to keep a lid on this, Rob. But was there anything in that free?
Free kick.
Was there anything in that?
But that there, Paul, you're saying you don't want to see game simulation. That wasn't game simulation. Kabiti's tackled him.
That's right. He's hurt
Kabiti's
himself.
tackled him. No, he didn't hurt himself from the tackle, but Kabiti's tackled him from behind.
But I'm saying he's still hurt. So he could have fallen.
We know what type of player Ryan would have been, I'd say.
Yeah, I know.
That's just cool. He's tackled me from behind. Oh, he's made contact.
He
I'm not
would've-
diving.
He would have fallen over a snail.
Hey, I like that, Rob. So another Carly down this time, is it? Stefan, they're dropping like flies here, Rob. What's going on? You've got the Maltine out or something. Have a look at this. Not too much in that challenge. And he might have just fallen awkwardly there. Goal kick it will be. Stefan Carly, not too good.
Shake of a hand to Saraceno. He said no.
What's that mean? No substitution?
Jamie
Yeah.
Holzberg. Surely Barbiero's tackle was worse.
Yeah,
Duds up.
I agree with you.
Mid-shin. Yes.
I agree with
we
you.
We do
I-
agree with that.
I think, yeah, I do agree with that comment. It's as simple as that. But the assistant put his 2 bob in and changed the referee's decision. Bomber.
And just quickly, while we got a quick moment, with Campbelltown winning 1 goal, leading 1-0, they're 7 points clear at the top of the table, and they've got 1 hand on that Premier's plate.
Score
Some
updates.
points clear. Yeah, because Olympic are losing.
Score update thanks to Green Play Australia, as now 180 under pressure, stolen by Bernardo, cleared by Kabiti not convincingly. Woody
Whoa.
heads it to
Well,
Eric
unfortunate.
Forza-Steely,
Yep.
who's been very influential today as Wooding. Too slow on it. Cockerline comes across to take it for the Blue Eagles. He looks up. Hutton 80 busting a lung, but gee, ignored. He wouldn't be happy about that. Liam McKay plays it short. Baroni now coming out of defence. Does the pirouette, goes backwards. Only Kiariko. And gee, poor turnover. They're just not hitting their mark today, Blue Eagles. Don't look switched on, and this 6-point buffer at the moment eroded down to 3.
So thrown on the far side, just by the coach's box. It was Cooper O'Donnell. Gets it back from Barbiero, looking for Esposito, has been good. Goes back to O'Donnell. Metro's pushing it around. Up against the 10 men of Blue Eagles. Dewani getting sent off, controversially. Got the yellow card. The referee spoke to the linesman. Referee's assistant, that is, and gave him the red card. As it goes on the far side. Esposito looks a bit gingerly. As they go down the line. Cockerline. Kabiti. Goes backwards though. Panagoulias has to go pick it up. Goes to Hamish McCabe. Trying to get it. Hutton Addy. Back to Hamish McCabe, but Metro's trying to clear it, playing footsies in there.
Well, they won out in numbers there, and poor old Hutton 80 could have done with a little bit of help. Panagoulias now with a throw in. Goes inboard. Vucevic. Callisto out of play. It'll be take 2. Panagoulias to McCabe, under pressure. Hamish goes backwards. And Kiariko Cocaline, the big fella, good turn. He's got an overlapping run if he wants it. Panagoulias goes that way, but played it behind him. Geez, he's done well, but he's not going to beat two, surely. And Callisto clears it up the line to Dorber.
Good turn.
Fortuitous turn. Dorber plays it now to Bernarda, but too heavy, and that's gone out of play for a throw to the Blue Eagles. I still think the Blue Eagles can get a goal here if they play their cards right. Looks like we're going to the interchange bench, or what's that?
Sub. Yeah.
Just play.
Carly's coming back on.
Got a bit of treatment, so they were momentarily down to 10 men
I
apiece.
think there might have been a little bit of blood or something because it took him a little bit of time to get back. They were patching him up, and yeah, it's just under the eye. You can see there's a little bit of cream under his eye.
Snout. So if you've
Snout.
just joined us, Blue Eagles down to 10 men and down a goal.
On the Facebook page, Stefan Jurakovic. Boyer's going to give him a
that's
good
a foul.
talking at half time, I reckon.
They haven't
I
done
think
too
so.
much wrong. Foul count, Bomber, that's creeping up a bit for Metro.
Yeah, foul count. It's actually 5 apiece in the fouls count.
Thanks
So,
to Green Play Australia.
and a Kiarko. Can he get his Chargers back into this game? They've been reduced to 10 men. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, I
They
think
go into attack
they got a goal in them though, Rob.
as the Dorber smashes it into attack. Keeper did well to come out. Goss clears it over the far side, over the sideline it goes. It will be a throw into Metro Stars. Rob VC Barbiero. Calm down, people. Calm down. Where are
What was
we?
that?
On the Facebook page.
What was that? Rob
Tell
VC? What?
It just says Rob VC Barbiero. Might be his dad.
Is Rob VC the person's name? Or?
Yes, it must be. The initials Rob VC Barbiero.
And what do they say? Calm down.
Calm down, people. So they're just telling us to calm down.
Just calling it the way it is, Rob. VC.
I think he's just saying to everyone,
Look,
even the players, just to calm down. As it goes out, Metro Stars Henderson, isn't he class? Goes to Dorber. Matty Dorber got Panagoulias.
well done, Panagoulias.
Did well. Throw into Metro Stars. Stefan Carley.
Well, 38 minutes gone already in this first half, thanks to Green Play Australia. Round 20 action, thanks to the Adelaide Fence Company.
Goes down the line. And the Kiarko goes to Hutton Addy. Ooh, nutmeg there. Dorber working hard.
That's another nutmeg.
Wins it. Matty Dorber goes short to Bernarda. Chance on Moe. Double back, didn't he? Went behind him and he smashes the ground again. Him and the lawn are going to be best friends by the end of the day. He's hit it a couple of times. As it goes out, Blue Eagles, Cocaline. Here's a chance. Glucevic makes a run. Cocaline holds on to it. Does well. Oh, that pass not a good one. Hamish McCabe, Baroni. Sends it over the sideline, throw into Metro Stars.
Voyeurs just kicked the bench, hit the shed. He's not happy.
Understandably, side down a man, down a goal. But
Letting Baroni know his thoughts.
Not out of this game though. So throw in Metro Stars, far side of the ground. Esposito couldn't control it. Baroni now to take the throw in for the Blue Eagles. Can they steal one back before half time? Glucevic under pressure. Barbiero comes away with it for Metro Stars, plays it beautifully through to Esposito, switches the play now to Dorber. Dorber controls it beautifully. Showed a bit too much of it to Panagoulias. Hutton 80 now, fouled. Quite simple. Frustration. And the Blue Eagles faithful want something more than just a talking to Dorber. They want to even up the numbers, I get the feeling.
If that's, would you classify that a yellow card because it was intentional?
It was what he did after.
I'm just watching the replay and I'd say no.
He deserved the talking to.
Yeah, but not a yellow card. So McCabe now with a long ball. Wormburner, Cockerell. Cocaline. Cockerell was one of the commentators. Here's a chance. Hutton 80. Told you there's a goal and it's just gone wide. I reckon.
Penalty.
Oh,
Penalty.
gee whiz.
I don't know how you get a penalty out of that, but that's a penalty.
Well, Eric Forza Steely's just lost
And
the
a
plot.
yellow card.
To who?
The
Henderson.
keeper.
Well, he gave the penalty.
Let's
away.
have a look at this.
Comedy, a yellow card. I don't know how that's
I think
a
it's
yellow.
comedy, not comedy. How is this
Oh, he grabbed his arm. His arm
Yeah,
was
but
out.
hang on,
That's a penalty.
the ball had already gone.
But his arm was out.
Can I
Watch,
see it again?
watch.
I'm just trying to justify if this is a penalty. I knew a goal was coming, but not in this fashion.
His arm lashed out.
He'd already shot, and the arm came after the fact.
Maybe.
I don't know how you get a yellow. I don't know how that's a penalty. I'm trying to replay the vision in my head, and I'm still trying to work it out.
Well, we've seen it twice, and that's not a penalty. But anyway, Blue Eagles will take it. Yeah, we're going to go a third time on the replay to see if it can maybe convince us in some way, shape or form. Hutton 80, beautiful super slow-mo, has already released. Just about past, and this is a delayed reaction. He does put his arm out, but after the
That's
event.
what they keep a referee.
But it was
sees.
after the fact, Rob.
Well, the referee can only see it in normal motion.
And the ball didn't go to the right-hand side where he was fouled. The ball went to the left-hand side after he
Yeah.
had to strike a goal.
Anyway,
Bit
yellow
rough.
card for Carmody. But the Blue Eagles will take it. Now, can they convert it? Hamish McCabe steps up for the Blue Eagles. 42 almost gone. They're a man down. This will really lift them going into the sheds at halftime. McCabe steps up, shoots and saved. Oh,
Great
blimey,
save.
Charlie.
Out of all players, you would have put your house on that and thought one of the McCabe boys would have stepped up and scored
that was
that.
a great save.
Gee,
That was right in the corner. Got to see that replay.
wow. Gee, it's been an incredible first half here.
We've had everything.
We have here, it is on replay again. McCabe steps up, beautiful power,
He
low
read
to the
it well,
corner.
Yeah. Keep it
Credit to
moved.
the keeper. That's a great save, as you said, Rob.
So Glucevic takes the corner kick, swings it around. Chance. Headed it out though. Goes out to O'Donnell. Under the pump, MetroStars against the 10 men of Blue Eagles.
I told you.
Liam McCabe. He's got the
That's
ball.
a
Goes
foul.
down.
That's a foul.
That's a foul.
It is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This game's had everything.
And I reckon, Eric,
Bar the kitchen sink.
that's a definite foul. Definite nudge in the back by Barbiero. Now, I could smell a goal for the Blue Eagles, and I can still smell it. They, as you said, against 10 men, or sorry, with 10 men, I should say,
Yep,
Blue
yep,
Eagles
yep.
are looking really good. They're looking good for an equaliser at the very minimum. Metro
Watch out.
Stars psychologically might think the job is done. Far from it.
Coqueline and also Anikiariko there in the goals. Kabiti's come in.
Some height there with Coqueline if he could get his head on it. Who's going to deliver? Glucevic again.
He's the go-to man too, looks like. So Glucevic, Coqueline is up there. Swings it around. Keep it, take it, punches it, does well. Well done, Carmody. As it goes out to Barbiero. He tries to find Esposito.
no.
Esposito's still going. Well read there by Panagolias. I was getting excited. And it goes out.
It's been that sort
He's
of
done
game,
all right.
actually, hasn't it?
He's done all right. Panagolias.
He's done
Since he's
very
come
well
on.
since he's come on.
And
Absolutely.
it goes into attack. Blue Eagles. Straight to the keeper, Carmody.
I
What a
think-
first half.
Oh, it's been sensational first half. I think Voyle would just be disappointed he hasn't had a bit of the rub of the green because they've done pretty well, especially with 10 men. As Henderson now, Metro Stars, just wants to calm things down a little bit. Finds Solania 30 seconds away from extra time of this first half. Solania goes long to no one in particular, so Kabiti says thank you very much. He looks up the line and turns it over just as cheaply back to Henderson and said, here, have another try and see who you can get this time. Henderson goes back to his keeper, Carmody, who's just pulled off a great save from a penalty. Callisto could have almost handballed it. Play on, says the referee. He's got an overlapping run if he wants it. That's the way it goes. O'Donnell back in, but finds Kabiti. They should come away with it, Blue Eagles.
They're going to tire out, aren't they, with 10 men?
Oh,
The way they're
well,
going.
we'll see their fitness because at the moment they're very much in this game. Coqueline,
It's been a tough game for them as well.
Nice skills by the big fella.
He's all right, Coqueline.
well balanced, goes back to Goss, goes short to Kabiti. We're into extra time, and there might be a bit of that because of a couple of injuries in this first half. So
Penalty.
Kabiti goes
Well,
long.
yeah.
Good header by O'Donnell, finds Barbiero.
Plus the red card took a while.
Wooding, Esposito now. Comes central to Callisto. Callisto's got Dorber, that's the way it goes now. Dorber, overlapping run from Carly, ignored, goes into the box, headed away. As only as far
Cracker.
as Wooding. I thought he was going to have a shot there. Carly Inboard to Barbiero, backwards to Henderson. He finds Solana, who just hacks the ball forward off the side of the boot. Kabidi has lifted, clears. Liam McCabe wanted to head it on. High foot.
Fair bump.
Interesting to see how the referee sees this. Well, he's given the free to MetroStars, but I want to see this on replay. What about the high foot, boys? Bang. No? Rob?
Yeah, probably. Anyhow, Jamie Holsberg, rugby tackled the player as he was running past. Always a penalty regardless of his shot or not. Yellow card because it wasn't a football challenge.
So O'Donnell now gets the ball down the line to the byline, cuts it back. Kabidi in the way. He's reading everything at the moment. Now Glusovic needs some support. Poor turnover by McCabe. Henderson. They were looking for Callisto, but Kabidi again, he's lifted in this last 20 minutes. Need more of that in the second half. Baroni goes short to the captain, Anikiadikor, to Kabidi. Played almost 2 minutes of extra time in this first half. He goes long, poor cheap turnover. O'Donnell, and that's half time. Well, what an interesting first half that was. It had everything, even a send-off. A penalty save. Anything else you want in the game, Rob? I think it just about had everything.
Some more goals, maybe?
That'll probably come in the second half.
So Ryan's going to have a chat with someone.
Got Liam here just quickly, boys. Liam. Funny old game that was. Good start, but then Blue Eagles sort of worked their way back in the game. They had an unfortunate red card, or to you probably fortunate. How did you see that half play out?
We came out with the intent to come out and press him. I think we did that pretty well. We got the early goal, what helped us. I think we dropped off a little bit towards the second half. I think the legs just kind of, we couldn't get there to press. So they came out towards the end and started to play, and that was...
Season's on the line, yeah?
Yeah.
Is your season on the line?
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What's your intention now in the second half? Blue Eagles work their way back into the game. Where you're going to see you guys play in the second half? Come out the way you guys started?
Yeah, absolutely. We got to reset and come out the way we started that half and continue right for 45 minutes, because that half we only did it for about 30. So we've got to come out and give it the full 45.
Let you go in. Well done.
Well, Voyle, as you were having that interview, Ryan...
I had Voyle, I had my bum touched, I had everything.
Well, I didn't want to know about that.
I had Travis Dodd ask me to interview the referees. There's a bit of argy-bargy down here. Yeah, a bit of argy-bargy down here, boys. A bit of tension between the coaches.
Voyle was just having an inquisition with the referee, Eric Forza-Steely, just questioning a few decisions in that half. And I've got to say, I agree with Voyle. There were some questionable decisions in that half, and he made sure he let his intentions known to Eric Forza-Steely. Bomber, halftime stats.
Yeah, halftime stats brought to you by Greenplay Australia. And LA Blue Eagles had one shot on target. That was the penalty there. They had no other shots, what we can speak of. 6 fouls, 1 corner. Made 2 saves, had 2 offsides and that 1 red card. For MetroStars, 5 shots, 4 on target, 1 off target. Conceded 7 fouls, had 2 corners, made 2 saves and had the 2 yellow cards.
I think it was a very even first half, and just Voy would be a little bit upset, but just hasn't had the rub of the green. You wanted to add something to that, Bob?
I've just got a quick score update around the grounds, brought to you by Greenplay Australia. LA City leading 1-0 against South Adelaide Panthers. Raiders just scored a late one before half-time, leading 1-0 against Para Hills. So Campbelltown City leading 1-0 against West Adelaide. Unfortunately, with Raiders leading, the live ladder shows that they're still 5 points. Raiders are 5 points behind.
Okay, just before we go to the break, and I hate doing this, I don't want to play producer, but camera boys, can we just have a look at Ryan's red shoes today, please?
Red shoes?
Have a look at his shoes, just in case we couldn't see him on the park there. Who's on Ryan? Let's have a look who's on Ryan, and let's have a look at these red shoes. Where did you get those?
It's called fashion, Paul, something that you struggle in that
position. That was a fashion in Europe when I went. In 2004, when I went to Italy, that red was the fashion of sneakers or runners.
Fashion evolves and it goes in circles.
Don't women wear red shoes?
Hey, Robbie, let me just say, boys, it's called art and it's called creativity and it's called fashion.
It's called comedy. Let's take a short break as we leave you at half-time. Blue Eagles down to 10 men and also trailing 1-0 to MetroStars. Have a look at the half-time highlights and we'll be back with the second half very shortly.
If I was on Mulgundawa Road, where would I be?
Murray Bridge.
Roxby Road?
Port Lincoln.
Tolna Road?
Mount Gambier or Compton.
How?
RAA Road Service Patrols, no South Australian roads, because we're South Australians. And there's more than 350 of us.
What about the road to Ship Creek?
There's no Ship Creek in South Australia. You get more. Buy or upgrade today.
So why do RAA members enjoy that winning feeling?
Well, because having access to a range of trusted products gives them peace of mind. And the more RAA products they have, the more they save. And they get discounts at a huge range of events and retail partners. And they feel good about RAA community programs and sponsorships.
You guys don't miss a thing, do you?
It's all part of how we do more for our members and for South Australia.
Welcome back to the Martin Sports Complex for the second half here. The Adelaide Blue Eagles hosting the Metro Stars, and currently Metro Stars lead 1-0, and Adelaide Blue Eagles down to 10 men. If I could take this opportunity, Rob, I know it might not be the right time, to thank Adelaide Olympic last week for their hospitality after the game as well. It was magnificent and magnificent feed for the lot of us last week. Yeah. So thank you to Adelaide Olympic last week for their beautiful hospitality. As we're about to see, Metro Stars can continue to keep that buffer down to 3 points instead of going to 9.
So the way the results are going, you're saying that Bomber, Raiders will be in second spot?
Yeah, Raiders will be in second spot.
Unbelievable season, haven't they? After going down 6-0 to Comets a few weeks ago, they could be in second spot after today's rounds. So the kick-off underway. Second half here. Metro's leading 1-0 against the 10 men of Blue Eagles. Fawani being sent off in the first half, early in the first half. A little bit controversially. I think the studs are up. I think you should probably red card. But the Barbero tackle could have been a red card as well, as Blue Eagles through Hamish McCabe. In the way, it's O'Donnell. Good turn by Barbero. So he's added a bit of toughness in this midfield, hasn't he? As it goes to Henderson for Metro Stars. Wooding, Selania. Goes wide, right-hand side, grandstand side. O'Donnell looking for the short one. Dorber.
Oh, good dummy.
Well, dummied there. Dorber's got the ball. Goes first time. Maybe could have gone a bit further, I reckon. Go to that line and cut it back.
Hindsight is a beautiful thing.
Yep. Try to go first time, and the Blues trying to clear it. Gee, working hard, Wooding. Cockerline did well. Goes to Liam McCabe, the Cockerline. Glusovic. They lose out though. Bernardo almost winning it. Cleared here by Anikiatiko.
Anikiatiko goes wide. Panagoulias has been good since he's come on. Blue Eagles now in the middle of the park. Glusovic looking for Hutton 80, didn't get there. Turns it over. Now Solania for the Metro Stars. He'll go long to the far side, asked too much of Esposito, but fortuitously it came to Esposito. Thought about a crack from distance, now he will. And it's charged down Anikiatiko. Gee, not cleared convincingly yet. Still not out of trouble. Now it will be by Anikiatiko, but it'll come back at him. No, it won't. So Hutton 80, what can he do with the ball for the Blue Eagles? Goes backwards, Panagoulias looks up. Goes long, finds Hamish McCabe, who finds Hutton 80 on the overlapping run. He goes for a bit of a gallop to the byline. He's got some good speed, but who's in the middle? Henderson with a timely challenge. And that'll be a corner kick. And
Ryan down on the boundary.
Correct.
Had a chat with Robbie Sorrentino. What did he have to say?
Asking about the penalty decision.
Okay.
What did I see?
So corner kick now to the Blue Eagles. Down to 10 men, trailing 1-0. And it's going to be Glusovic to take it. Gets good height on it. Central. Hutton 80 tried to header it. Might get a second bite. Hamish McCabe taken off him. O'Donnell deflected. Bernardo couldn't control it. Panagoulias comes again. Hamish McCabe goes wide. Here's a chance for Cockerline. Maybe should have gone first time, but it's easy from up here. And he's had the ball taken off him. And here come the Metro Stars.
Metro Stars, Wooding goes one way, then the other, trying to get past the youngster. He did. Well done, Wooding. He goes straight to goals. Have a crack. Great save. Good save there by Goss. Got his fist to it. Esposito's got it. Panagoulias is there as well for Blue Eagles. Esposito, not a good cutback there. Will try to square it. And Bernardo tries a shot. Panagoulias does clear it. Kabidi looks like, oh, it's not Kabidi, it's Hutton 80. Bernardo Esposito.
That's
Big
better.
long cross. Dorber.
Oh.
Try to do McLaren. Couldn't quite get there.
That's a good one, Rob. Let's have a look if
over
we
the line
can to
for a
that
goal kick.
Gauss save. Sorry, Goss. Now I've got it. You got me calling it. What a beauty with the left palm.
he's got strong
that
arms,
was
isn't he?
goal bound. Well done, Goss. That was a great
Yeah.
save.
We love Goss.
How we do. I tell you what, he's been a find, hasn't he?
He has.
How many saves is that, Bomber, that he's pulled off?
That's for him.
At
He's
least
pulled
2.
3 saves.
Yeah, absolutely. Goss with not a great clearance after all that. Ball in the middle of the park. Barbiero, geez, he's given a bit to this side, hasn't he, with that experience? Oh, gee, it's like commentators' curse. Hamish McCabe chips it through. Glusovic, the runner, too close to the keeper. Carmody comes. Barbiero gets his head on it. Wooding gets a foot on it, goes to the far side, finds Esposito. Panagolias hot on his hammer. Esposito maybe needs some support, comes in the way of Wooding, but it's turned over. And
Doing all right, the Blues.
Hey, looking good.
Kanakatiko, the captain. Can he fire his side back into this game? Goes short. Cockeline's been probably the best.
He's got some
up there.
talent, this
He
young player.
has. Goes to Boney Maroney.
Yes.
Boney Baroni. Goes left side. Liam McCabe.
Good
And
cross. Yeah.
almost finding player there.
They needed someone in the
Coqueline,
middle.
it
They
was.
needed some height of Coqueline in the middle. I got a girl called Boney Maroney. I think only the oldies from the 70s would remember that.
He's Boney Baroni.
That was Hush.
As it goes. Left side of the park. Esposito. Good game. We've had some good games of late. Esposito goes backwards. Carly can get the cross. Ooh, cleverly
What was
done.
that? No.
Wooding's doing good too. Esposito cracks.
Saves.
Easily taken here
That
by
was
Goss.
on target. Well done, Gossy. Got behind it. Releases Liam McCabe straight away. His brother's very close to him, as you can see. Ignored. Goes to Coqueline. He needs some support. G taken off him. Bernardo almost. Wooding, Bernardo. They win out in numbers. Callisto could have been offside. Flag stays down. He centres. Wooding comes across. Didn't get the power he would have liked. Easy in the end for Goss. But a goal attempt gone begging for MetroStars. Only 1-0 up. Although Blue Eagles down at 10 men, you wouldn't think so the way they're playing at the moment. Can those legs sustain the whole 90 minutes?
So Bernardo with the ball on that far side. Wins it. Goes short. Esposito's been in the game a lot. Trying to crack it. Too far. Always going up. And out for a goal kick. So what was your reply to the coach, Ryan?
Undecisive.
Or indecisive?
Indecisive. Nah, I said to him, if I was a player, I would not have been. I'd have been quite disappointed if that was given against me.
So from the goal kick up to the halfway line, Coqueline and Solana, but Hamish McCabe comes away with it. Played up the line looking for Liam from Glusovic. Didn't get there out of play. Ideal day here at the Martin Sports Complex. Round 20 action. Thanks to the Adelaide Fence Company.
Bit cold though.
For you, Mrs. Peppercelli, for
Yes.
sure.
Murray's not here. Well, it's just me. You're saying women are cold?
No, I'm saying you're a bit soft.
You're saying women are soft?
They're made differently to
Okay,
men. When are
okay,
people
okay.
going to understand that? It's nothing about equality. If you haven't noticed, women are made differently to men. We can't be equal.
True.
Physically.
There's a clearance there by Solana.
Unless you're Serena Williams, of course.
Yeah, true. As it goes to Matty Dorber. Kabidi.
Oh, well done.
Good clearance there by Anikiariko. And Solana clearing it.
Oof.
Dorber's been smacked.
That was a big kung fu kick, but got the ball.
Yeah, right in front of you too.
Goes backwards. Anikiariko wins it. Kabidi. Doesn't matter where he plays okay. Not a good ball though. Dorber.
Too heavy.
Yes, it was. Still a chance for Metro. Wooding, up in the air it goes. Back to Dorber, goes down. Could have been a free kick. No, it's not. Should have been, I reckon.
To who?
Dorber?
Oh, I think to Kabidi. Look at this leg. Bang. Dangerous. Stayed into Kabidi.
Okay.
Isn't it interesting how two of us can just see that so differently? I
Yeah,
thought
I
a
know.
freak. Watch this bit closer. Bang. That he kicked Kabidi. How could that be a free kick to Dorber?
True.
Just that thing on equality. We're all different. Even me and Bomber are different.
Still going on
No,
about
well, people. It's the word is respect, is what they've gotten mixed up with equality.
They want equality.
Yeah, but I think the word is respect.
Relaxing there, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan won't get it with those red shoes, that's for sure. Henderson now back to the game for the Metro Stars. They lead 1-0. Blue Eagles down to 10 men. Henderson does the old Peppercelli pirouette. Callisto. Solania, very versatile. Mr. Versatile goes long and to the far side, asking a bit of... Oh, he did very well, Esposito. I thought he asked a bit of him, and he's just the man to deliver. But Panagoulias, equal to the challenge, equal to the task, has been very good since he's come on also. Both teams fairly or very depleted. It's round 20 action. Thanks to the Adelaide Fence Company. As a throw in now, Carley on the far side. Wants to get this deep into the hot spot. Balked on the first. Take two. Stephen Carley goes long from the throw in. Keeper called, came and collected. That's what you want to see from a keeper.
Good call.
Richard Goss. Can we give him the pseudo man of the match?
Yeah, he's done
The
well.
LSA commentator man of the match.
First minute, didn't he? Saved one, but couldn't save the second one.
Metro's looking like they're going to go to the bench soon.
Metro Stars, Barbiero, right-hand side, O'Donnell. Looks for Dorber. He's been busy today. Goes one way, then the other. Loses out, though. Boney Baroni wins it. Loses out, though. Well read there by Solania. Hamish goes back, goes to Kabidi. He hacks it out. Up in the air it goes. In the way, it's Henderson. Goes towards Dorber. Metro Stars. Only 1-0 up against the 10 men of Blue Eagles. So the Blues certainly can get back because a draw would be good for them, but not good for Metro. As it goes to Barbiero. Goes down. Looking for a play there, but in the way. Wooding over the sideline for a throw into the Blue Eagles.
Substitution, boys.
And we go to the bench. Metro Stars first.
Esposito's coming off.
Probably second to go to the bench. Forced injury to the Blue Eagles earlier on in the game. Whoa, Esposito off. Wow.
Did you hear? I think he's got a slight injury.
And who's coming on? The bearded
Number 11, I reckon.
Charalambous.
Charalambous, I reckon.
You're right.
1 for 1.
Matthew Charalambous on for Esposito from the throw-in. O'Donnell got his head on it. Dorber crosses. Charalambous straight into the action. Edge of the box, takes it to the byline. Cut back comes in. Keeper fumbled unbelievably. And Hamish McCabe there to save the day and clears the danger.
Former Blue Eagles, Charalambous. Couple of seasons ago.
Oh, a couple of seasons.
Couple of seasons. Been with Metro for 2 seasons. As Barbiero try to go back to Carley. It's gone over the sideline. Panagoulias.
I think at 1-0, Robbie Saracino can't be comfortable.
Can't rest on his laurels.
Absolutely.
As Barbiero finding, is that Bernardo? Yes. Goes short to Dorber. Almost won it. Player goes down. Kabidi, I think.
Kabidi's hurt, I think, by the looks of that. I heard a crack too. Hopefully he'll be all right. Apart from the first 10 minutes of the game, Kabidi's really imposed himself on this game, I feel.
Classy player.
Hopefully he'll be all right. He's hurt his hand. So, Bomber, can we go around the grounds while we have this lull in play?
Yeah, around the grounds, thanks to Green Play Australia. Adelaide City leading 1-0 against South Adelaide Panthers.
1-0.
Raiders are leading 1-0 against the Para Hills. It's 0-0 between Croydon Kings and Adelaide Comets. Campbelltown City leading 1-0 against West Adelaide. Adelaide United Youth leading 2-0 against Adelaide Olympic.
Gee, that's a boil over, isn't it?
And the match of the rounds, Metro Stars leading 1-0 against the Blue Eagles.
Chance now for Liam McKay for the Blue Eagles. Ball just running away from him, and he's still got a boot to it. And I think Carmody
down.
Carmody pulled off the save. No,
it was a touch that killed.
Let's have a look at that on replay. Liam McCabe, just ran away from him. He missed it completely.
So Carmody finds O'Donnell. Nice pass. The keeper to O'Donnell. He's got plenty of room on the right-hand side. Goes to Dorber. Not a good ball, though, to Dorber.
The natives are getting restless, as you can hear in the background. I think they can smell a Blue Eagles goal as well, Rob.
In the counter-attack, they certainly can score. Goes to Hamish McCabe. Cleared here by Solana.
Ryan, I reckon your battery's flashing, mate.
Why's that?
Because I've got a red light flashing here on my...
Two-way.
What's he saying? Two-way?
Two-way.
Two-way, meaning you can see what I can see.
Ah.
I can see clearly now.
Oh, God, please. Producer, cameraman, singer.
With his red shoes.
How about, and red shoes, fashionista. How about just boundary lining for us?
Might have to call him Big Red Riding Hood. With his red shoes. Anyhow, it's Barbiero with the free kick.
I just learnt something today, Rob.
Yeah, I knew that. Goes, swings it around. Callisto tries it, doesn't score many goals. And up in the air it goes, over the crossbar, and we know why.
Off the side of the boot, goal attempt off target. Oh, move over your big lug. I'm on the edge of my seat. See how we're not different?
You're on the edge of your seat, that means you're excited.
No, it's because you're overflowing on yours. So Cockerline, try to get his head on it. Barbiero's been great.
Nutmeg.
Body checked. Play on, says the referee. Fabian doing a bit of Academy Award stuff. Spanaguilius gives chase now for the Blue Eagles. Good little head on that. Touched by Charalambous. Needed
Wins himself a free kick.
Just jumping in again, isn't he? He's doing a peppercelli.
I'm back.
Oh,
I just got to stamp my authority to let you know that battery's been changed and your man is back.
Oh,
With beautiful, big, red, lovely fashionista shoes. Don't worry, I hear everything even when I'm off mic.
Oh, really?
Well,
As
he's
it
got
goes,
those
comedy.
headsets.
That's true. Back trying to find Bernarda. Well read there by Captain Anakiarako for Blue Eagles.
Just looking to see if he's got some support. He doesn't.
Trying to police it over the side lane. Not a good clearance. Ooh, cleverly done there by Wooding. Little bit of trickery. Goes to Henderson. Barbiero. Oh, loses out.
There's a chance. Oh,
Goes to Blue Eagles. Well read there by Solana. Eddie Dorber. Having a ding-dong tussle with Baroni. As he throws it backwards. Barbiero. Oh, nutmeg. Hamish McCabe, well done. Trying to find Callisto. Well read there by Anikiarako. Sends it over the sideline. For a throw-in. Cooper O'Donnell will take this throw-in. Goes short to Dorber. O'Donnell, inside he goes. Goes backwards. Henderson.
good ball.
Carley.
Oh,
Wooding loses out though. Away go Blue Eagles. Trying to find Glucevic. He won't get there. O'Donnell goes all the way back
interesting.
to the keeper. Plenty of room, mate. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. From here, it looked
Metro Stars clear it.
Solana now comes out of defence for the Metro Stars. Callisto short. That's the way he goes. Plays it to Wooding. Charalambous giving the overlapping run.
Carly.
Charalambous with the ball now. Charalambous takes it to the byline, gets the cart back. Dorber lurking, too heavy for him, but does keep it in. Dorber goes backwards. O'Donnell should get it into the box. No, a little bit more trickery. Takes it to the byline. Heavy on that touch. McCabe there to see him over the line. And safety first, goal kick.
See, I don't mind that. He was trying to get to the line and cut it back, wasn't he?
But the ball was set up nice and perfect for him to whip that in first time.
Yeah, true too.
Yeah, just want to say a score update in the State League number 1. Metro Stars leading 1-0.
Metro Stars in State League 1
Sorry,
now, are they?
no, Modbury Jets. Sorry, I apologise to everyone out there.
That's okay. You can apologise.
And they're 11
Don't
points.
accept your apology.
They're 11 points clear, and I think they're safe to be promoted to
Obviously
Premier League.
are safe because 2 games to go.
So Modbury
They are minor premiers.
and look like certain promotion candidates now as more trickery from O'Donnell goes long. And Ikiariko played it into Bernarda. Kabidi now. A bit late. Oh! I felt that from up here. And now Torba to the byline, gets the cut back. Here's a chance for Wooding. It would have been a spectacular goal. And off target. And still only 1-0 the lead. Have a look at this on replay for beautiful lead-up play. Good volley, connected well, just wide of the upright. Goss was gone for all money. Still 1-0 Metro Stars on the Green Play Australia scoreboard. Green Play Australia time clock, just over 19 minutes gone this second half.
Bomber?
Just a quick stat. Metro Stars, 6 shots, 3 on target, 3 off target. Blue Eagles haven't made no shots, attempt at shots.
In the second half.
In the second half.
So Metro Stars go all the way back to Carmody. Keeper. Up in the air it goes. On the far side, over the sideline it goes. Throw in Panagoulias. Throws it out. Just trying to find Glusovic. Wins it again. Is it Glusovic running onto it? Trying to get to it, yep. Loses out though. Henderson.
Barbiero's been good today, hasn't he?
Yep. Been tough. Callisto. Chance. Bonata's there. Back to Barbiero it goes. Here it goes. Dorba! Ooh,
thought was good. Yeah, no, the thought was good.
Keeper did well. Goss.
Well read by Goss.
So bounces a few times. Someone's on the ground, is it?
Must be, because it's Glusovic, I reckon. It's pulled up lane.
Oh, he's on.
Gee whiz, they're already down to 10 men. Already a force change by Panagoulias. For Thuani was red carded for D'Angelo, hurt himself. Don't say now Glusovic has got to come off.
Looks like
the trainer's not too him.
Is that a hamstring?
The trainer's just...
I love the trainer of Adelaide Blue Eagles.
Nothing.
Where is he? He's just standing over him. Magic spray.
Was he waiting for the referee to give him the all clear to treat him?
I think
surely
so.
Maybe,
not.
I'm not sure.
Surely not.
Might have, but don't call me surely.
He was waiting around for something.
Sub bench now, Metro Stars, number 22 on.
Hamish Gower coming on.
Who's gone
for
off?
O'Donnell.
Cooper O'Donnell
I
played
want to take Cooper O'Donnell off.
Callisto's come back into the fullback position. Into the right fullback, and Gower's going to be moving into that number 8 position where Callisto occupied.
Change. You see the
Gee, that's not good.
Trainer saying change.
Glusovic coming on.
We're going to see a youngster coming on.
Blimey, it could have been...
Candarolo's coming on, boys.
Candeloro. It's not...
Di Lucia.
It looks like Di Lucia, isn't it?
It's Lucas Candarolo, boys.
Okay.
So back to the live play now. Gow almost into the play immediately. Henderson goes wide. Turned over by Charalambous. Panagoulias to Liam McCabe. To Cockerline. Under pressure. Couldn't beat 2 or 3. Hamish, Liam combined. Pushed forward. But, Selenia almost gave it up cheaply. In fact, the cutback comes in and the keeper had to come and make a save. Carmody quickly releases Barbiero. Bernarda stayed on side. Overlapping run on the far side. Chance now. Charalambous, but too heavy. Kabiti back to his keeper, and Goss clears to the halfway line. Cockerline and Henderson go at it. This will be interesting. Play on, says the referee. Good refereeing for a change. Now the ball still. Chance for Gow. Gow 1-on-1 with the keeper, and that's 2-0.
Classy player, isn't he? Gow.
Just watching
the replay. Could open the floodgates, boys.
Yep, so Gow still had a lot to do. Keeper came out to narrow the angle, but very composed, cool finish by Hamish Gow, who's just come on.
2 goals up there, goes up straight away, isn't it?
Once Kabiti had come out for that tackle, he left the gap wide and open for Gow to run in, and once the defender like that commits and he doesn't make the foul,
68.
It's too late. Gow, the gap's already open, and well done by Gow. Great finish.
The change was there, boys. I think they did it.
Changes happened for...
I think Candelora's on.
Who came off?
Well, obviously the player that was injured, Glusovic.
So Stefan, 2 injuries, 2 forced changes for poor old Voyle.
It's floodgates are opening. As it goes to Dorba, he's got a chance to cut it back. Well done, Barone.
Don't know about kicking it out afterwards.
Could get a yellow card for that. He's not wasting time though, is he? They are 2-0 down.
Wouldn't be in his best interest, that's for sure. So 2-0 down to 10 men, Blue Eagles. This might have just taken the wind out of them, but because I thought they were good for a goal, and still might be, but might be too little too late.
So who's going to take this corner kick?
Gow.
Got Barbiero. Looks like he'll go short. Does so. Back to Gow it goes. Swings it in. Too much, I think. No, cut back there by Solana. Player goes down. It's unaccounted, cleared here by the Blue Eagles. Only as far as Carly. He's been good
Charalambous
today.
is hurt, and that's a head collision. I reckon the referee should stop the game. That's a head
Goes
injury.
backwards.
We thought about it, Eric.
There's the Barbiero. And
No, he's holding his driver.
so Goss. So we played 69, almost 70 minutes.
Getting
into the
dark.
second half.
Getting dark down here, boys.
And it's 2-0 to Metro Stars. It's a green play, Australia's scoreboard. And the time clock is Callisto. Dorber wins himself a soft free kick. So free kick to the Blue Eagles. Barbiero is certainly up there in the best man of the match today. He's had a solid game. Even though he was probably lucky to stay on the field today. Bonata. Callisto clears it. No one there though, except 3 players for Blue Eagles. And Anakarico heads it to his keeper and Goss. Goes to Kabidi. Kabidi. Deep into attack they go. Looking for Hutton Eddie. Callisto. Wooding. Goes to Henderson. Goes out back to Wooding it goes. Left side of the park. John Lumbus was there. Carly goes to Gow. John Lumbus over the sideline it goes. Throw in to Metro Stars.
Metro Stars lead 2-0 over the Blue Eagles. Round 20 action thanks to the Adelaide Fence Company. Barbiero being very prominent for the Blue Eagles this afternoon. Looks up to see what's on offer. Callisto wide is on offer. Nice little through ball. Bernarda cuts it back. Dorber was lurking. Anikiatiko first to the ball. Baroni leaves it for Kabidi. Kabidi looks up. He goes up the line. Cockerline, the target. Heavy on the touch. Henderson. Wooding under pressure goes to Barbiero. So, interesting back pass by Barbiero to Carmody, who clears to Gow on the halfway line. Wooding giving chase. McCabe added the pressure and caused the turnover. Liam McCabe now with the ball, goes wide. It's a chance for Candeloro on the far side. Goes back to McCabe, back to Candeloro, back to McCabe in the box. Henderson. Gee, almost waited too long on it. Did well to get there in the end. Charalambous has had the ball stolen off him. And Henderson makes sure of it this time and goes to the safety of the line. Someone's hurt again. Carly. He's down on his haunches, as Rob would call him.
Mm-hmm. What's wrong with him? Where is he? Okay.
Oh, both of them. They're doing a double act. Carly and Charalambous. Charalambous still with that
might look like a
thigh
dead leg.
strain. Yeah.
He's trying to rub something out.
And I reckon that's from earlier on. Now we've got a change happening for Metro.
A sub might have to be subbed.
Looks like exactly what's happening. And that's Carly coming off, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a sub. Stephen Carly comes off.
Cohen Morris. Good player, Morris. Can't believe he's on the bench.
And that's the last of the changes for Metro Stars. Blue Eagles still have one up their sleeve, and they have the ball. Panagulias Been impressive since he's come on, but he's conceded the throw-in.
So it'll be MetroStars with a throw-in. Is it Morris? I think took the throw. To go into attack. All the way back to the keeper there in Goss. Gow. Liam McCabe.
Free kick.
Wins himself the free kick.
I wonder what that was for. Let's have a look. Maybe not.
So free kick quickly taken there. Blue Eagles.
Good ball.
They've worked hard.
It's
In there.
Candeloro.
Candeloro. Sounds like a candle. Candeloro. Goes out.
Oh, interesting sliding challenge there.
Charolumbus. On the far side it is at the moment. They go inboard. Solana finds play that
Morris.
Oof. Goes in, not cleared properly there by Baroni. Gow. Cleared here by Kabidi. Only as far as Wooding. Callisto back to Wooding. Trying to find Gow. Wins the ball. Does well.
Good feet.
Goes backwards to Wooding. Sea of legs there, but it's cleared here by the Blue Eagles and away they go.
That shot was on target too, just quietly as Coqueline has lost his shin pad. Play on though. McCabe is sandwiched. It's the Metro sandwich. And that will be a free kick to the Blue Eagles. I know the body language of, let's watch this on the replay, the Metro sandwich. We know they got great hamburgers and their sandwiches don't look too bad by the look of that either. Just the body language worries me a bit from the Blue Eagles. I think that second
10
goal
men.
taken
Wasn't gonna be
they
easy.
were looking all right. 1-0 down with 10 men.
Like
but
I said, it's early in the first half and they're probably tiring at the moment.
Kabidi tries to find Coqueline down the line, and that's gone out of play. So the Blue Eagles trail 2-0. 31 minutes gone in this second half on the Green Play Australia time clock. And the game just, you feel like, is slipping away from the Blue Eagles at the moment. It's Callisto with a throw-in.
We'll keep you up to date with the score updates because the score lines are still the same, I think, at the moment. Bomber will go through it in a minute. As it goes out to Kabidi. Baroni's there. Barbara goes backwards.
Pushing the back.
Quickly, Bomber, go through the score updates.
Yeah, score updates around the ground brought to you by Green Play Australia. LA City leading 1-0 against South LA Panthers. It's 0-0 between 1-0 between Raiders and Para Hills. It's 0-0 between Croydon Kings and LA Comets. Campbelltown City leading 1-0 against West Adelaide. LA United Youth are leading 2-0 against LA Olympic, and MetroStars is leading 2-0 against Blue Eagles.
That's here at the Martin Sports Complex. As it goes out, not a good ball. Easily taken here by Hamish McCabe. McCabe brothers hasn't been as dominant as usual. It's always going to be difficult. Hamish missing the penalty. Good save by keeper Carmody. As it goes left side of the park. Over the sideline it goes. Throw in to MetroStars, Cohen Morris to take it. Looking for support. Goes down. Gow. Will go over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick.
Well, I suppose the only consolation for the Blue Eagles, Rob, is that they stay in the 6. They've still got a 3-point buffer, but that 6 has now been cut down to 3. So they'll be looking over their shoulder, as a few other teams will be as well.
MetroStars, LA United Youth.
Breathing down their necks.
So centre of the ground it is at the moment. Hamish McCabe goes to his captain in Anakiatiko right-hand side to Panagulias.
And not only that, their form's up against them. They're red carded to. They've got a red card to Brillon there, the right fullback. They've got injury concerns. They're in a bit of trouble with the last 2 games of the season.
They had a good season, especially that first half. It was always going to catch up on them.
I think whatever happens, boys, I think the Raiders and the Blue Eagles, newly promoted clubs, have done well and maybe have exceeded expectations in a very hard league. You've got to remember there's not too many weak links in this league.
Well, Raiders are second at the moment.
And you've got to feel for Blue Eagles as well. They've lost their two key players, their key striker and Diadamo.
Barbiero wanted to go on with it. Hamish McCabe now. Yeah, I knew that. He's tried again, Fabian. He's got to be careful. That is a high foot. And if he didn't learn from the first time, I don't think he's learned the second. Look at that. Tell me that's almost yellow card worthy. Very lucky to be on the park, Fabian. Have a look at this. That's a sliding studs up challenge, and Hamish McCabe had every right to ask for something there.
So right-hand side, Anikiariko, the captain for Blue Eagles. He sends it towards the right-hand side of the park. Panagoulias lurking there. Does well, trying to find...
Selenia's done very well.
Coqueline. Looks like he's pushed up front. As they go in, Liam McCabe, Panagoulias. In the way, Henderson. Ever reliable Henderson. Clears it. Over the sideline it goes. We are thrown to Blue Eagles, Panagoulias again. Kabidi. He's got the ball. Squares it to Baroni. He goes for a run. Goes short to Coqueline.
No blue shirts in the box.
Go back to Baroni. He squares it up to his captain, Anikiariko. Further right to Panagoulias. Goes to 1-2 trotter with Liam McCabe, but harmlessly goes over the goal line. Corner. Or a corner kick.
Many corners, Bomber, this half?
Blue Eagles had 2 corners this half, and MetroStars had 1.
Thanks to Green Play Australia, those stats. 36 minutes gone this second half, just about. On the Green Play Australia time clock. MetroStars still lead 2-0. Blue Eagles down at 10 men from the corner. Well floated. Central. Kabidi gets his head on it, but it goes the wrong way for the Blue Eagles. McCabe giving chase. Tackled by Wooding. And only a free kick. Hamish McCabe there to win the free. Wooding just pointing out where it should be. Kabidi comes across to take it. Now from this set play, can they maybe get something? Get a goal, get back into this game.
Been a quiet second half and all over the grounds. No goals scored so far in the second half, only here.
Kabidi with a delivery, well floated, back post, headed away as far as Liam McCabe goes to Candeloro, tries to chip it in. I think he falconed someone. Someone copped one.
That could be
Henderson.
What do you think that might be, Rob?
The microphone might have been Ryan.
Well, I think it's got this thing is making noise this afternoon, yeah.
Ooh, Raiders, it's draw between it's 1-1 at Raiders and Para Hills.
So from the corner kick, back post, Kabidi again, the target. Comes out to McCabe, the Hamish type. Plays it, Panagoulias. Looks in the box. This time he's got plenty of blue shirts in there. Coqueline, the target. Got his head on it. And great save. Great save.
He's done all right too, Carmen. He saved the penalty. Both keepers.
Coqueline, let's have a look at this on the replay. Got his head to it, the big fella.
Oh.
Got the pace taken off that, I reckon, by Selenia, the defender. But Carmody still had to deal with it. Watching on the replay, Carmody, I reckon, did very well, but Selenia took some of that speed off from the corner kick again. Kabidi the target, but
so
off target.
Campbelltown will be minor premiers if its scores stay as is.
So Para Hills have equalised with the Raiders.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
It's been an interesting season. It's been a punter's nightmare, that's for sure. And anyone can really beat any team on their day.
Yeah, makes Para Hills secure for relegation. They were pretty secure anyhow.
I mean, mathematically, not a, probability, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Practically, yes. But anyway, Henderson comes away with it for the MetroStars.
So MetroStars on that far side, holding on to this 2-0 lead. And the Blues have been gallant, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Gallant in defeat. Well, you never know what can happen.
Good 7 minutes to go, right?
So, let me finish what I'm saying.
Well, come on.
Can you let me finish?
Gallant in defeat, you said.
Gallant in defeat, but there's still time.
Well, you've written them off and then you're giving them a second chance.
What, do you think they'll come back with 10 men?
No, you're the one
I
that.
don't think so, Jerry.
You're the one that's predicted already what's happened.
It goes in. I hope they do it. At least for an equaliser. They're 2-0 down. Haven't given up. Hamish McCabe. Almost got bundled over. They got bundled over then.
And he's off. He's off, yeah. Oh, for Steely. He's not going to give it to him. Oh, Eric, no, that's wrong, mate. That is so wrong. You've had a shocker. I've got to say, I've let him off the hook, but Eric Ford's a Steely.
I think Barbiero knows he's a lucky man too.
He's praying. Look at Fabian on the replay. He's on his knee, praying to God. Blue Eagles justifiably asking for that second yellow card. And I've got to say, and the referees have been great this season, but this is 2 weeks in a row, I reckon we've seen Eric who...
He was all right last week.
I don't know. I think he needs to go back and have a look at
He wasn't all right last week.
Maybe the week before he didn't have a good one. But today he's had a shocker, if I could just be blunt.
Oh, well, that one certainly should have been a yellow.
That wasn't a yellow. That's...
He for Chasey.
You still play Chasey? Ball at the tip of the box, Blue Eagles, as Rob said, has been Gallen and Acadico, the captain, trying to make something happen. Cockerline needs support. Panagulius, the overlapping run. That's the way it goes. And off the side of the boot. But that's down Harding, and that could really frustrate players into the old revenge challenge. And that instigates... Here we go. Watch this on the replay. If that's not a... Bang, if that's not... And he stayed on his knees praying to God, and God actually heard him. Didn't pull out the yellow card.
There you go.
Look at this. Fabian knew it, as you said, Rob. Look, he's down there. He knows what's coming. But it never came. It's a bit like Rob and his Christmas presents.
Hey, didn't I get you one?
No, you did. I'm only taking the mickey out of you.
Goes up in the air, Metro Stars.
Well, have you seen the referee's game, Rob? No, be honest.
Well, I like Eric Ford.
I like him too. I'm not saying...
He's a good referee.
I asked about the performance.
He did Olympic Campbelltown last week and did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Well, the week before then, it must have been ordinary.
You never had him the week before.
Well, we have.
Oh, a referee. That's right, we had that interstater against Metro Stars, if you remember. Olympic. Eric's been okay in the past.
Yes. But I asked you, how have you seen his performance
Well,
today?
a bit low par.
Below par.
So thrown by Metro Stars as it goes to Wooding, right-hand side of the park.
Got to call a spade, Rob. I like the referees, and we give him credit where credit's due. But today,
referees in South Australia are fantastic.
He's had a bit of an interesting.
But he
game.
made the right decision with the tackle before the red card was given. He listened to his linesman though.
Mm-hmm. That's right. He listened to his linesman. But that one certainly deserved the yellow. Anyhow, headed backwards, goes into the arms of Carmody.
These are the little 1%ers that can just deflate a team and change a result.
But obviously the linesman maybe saw something different that the referee didn't. So do you take trust and put trust into your linesman?
I think you've got to trust your linesman. I think he saw that high trailing leg on that Thuani challenge, if that's what you're talking about. But I know it's hard, and we've got the replay to see it and analyse it, but I think Eric made the right decision the first time, and I don't know, you can't disregard the assistance.
So it goes out. Joe Lumbus with the ball for Metro Stars. As it goes out, Metro Stars, Bernardo's been quiet in the second half. Cohen Morris.
Good turn.
Goes back, and that'll go harmlessly to the keeper. Goss. Richard. Goss. Goes short to Kabidi. Looks for support. Decides to go short to McCabe. Hamish McCabe. Looking for Hutton Eddie. Sideline.
Storber putting the hand out for. Ignored by Hutton 80. Right in front of you, Ryan.
Goes out. Callisto. Gal. I like this kid. Should be in the team more often. It's offside. Flag up. Free kick to the Blue Eagles. Have been gallant in defeat. Can I say that now?
Wow, pretty safe now, Rob. 2 minutes or a minute and a half Plus any time Eric
And they have.
wants to add on.
Don't forget, Rob, there's still 6 minutes to go at the Croydon Kings game, and that could either team, Croydon Kings or Comets, if they could get a result today, the competition is still alive next week. Raiders could still win, and the competition is still alive next week too.
Callisto plays it to Barbiero, who switches the play now to the far side. Charalambous, good control on the halfway line. His team are leading 2-0. Morris, a little chip forward. Charalambous runs onto it. Wants to take it to the byline. He's got a couple of options in the box. Gal's there now. That's the way it goes. And it's just taken off the head there by Baroni. Very timely header. And that's... Geez, he's played well. In fact, the McCabe boys, they just never stop trying. Yeah, love their style of play.
Well-oiled machines, aren't they?
But also their body language. They've just never given up. A lot of boys out there haven't given up, but... those two lads lead by example.
Goes out on the far side. Charalambous controls it. And Aguilius chasing. Goes short to Barbiero. Whoop.
Oh, there we go. Another hip and shoulder. What? Nothing for that, Rob?
No, that's nothing in that one. What's wrong with you?
Fabian will probably think I'm having a go at him. No, look at this. Watch. Boom.
That was fair.
Was it? Okay, can you do that in the game of soccer? Maybe in football you can, but in AFL
shoulder
you
to
can.
shoulder.
Watch this. Bang.
Substitution, boys.
Eric
for
Ford,
Adelaide Blue Eagles.
Eric Ford's still going off.
De Lucia.
Hartnady's off for De Lucia.
Raffaele De Lucia.
Of course, the son of the great Gino. Legendary goalkeeper out here.
This game, Gino.
Fair chance he'd be watching his son. It's Kabiti now. And Ikiariko just going through the motions. Played 30-odd seconds of extra time. Panagulis has been good since he's come on. Coqueline has been serviceable. Candeloro couldn't. It's been cleared. Kabiti to Anikiariko. They'll come again. Liam McCabe to his captain, Anikiariko. Goes for a bit of a run. Gal hot on his hammer. Anikiariko to... What's all this sort of talking over business?
Sorry, guys.
The Raiders have hit the lead, boys. 2-1.
Chance now as the keeper hesitated, but well timed. Gee, Goss might have hurt himself, and the referee's given him a free. Dorber, the culprit, just checking. Watch this on replay.
Hurt himself. Well, Blues can't take a trick, can they?
Could it be the third change due to injury? He did the right thing, Dorber, just a trailing back leg, and just an awkward fall by Gossy. He's hurt his leg, Goss. It was caught by Dorber's legs. Big solid goalkeeper. You think he'll be all right? Let's have a look at this on replay again. It's a bit closer, I think. Dorber entitled to go for it. A header. Just that trailing leg. Maybe no, he should have, in fairness, let the keeper head that away. Didn't need that trailing leg.
He's a toughie. Gossy the toughie.
But the injuries are mounting.
So Raiders taking the lead 2-1 means Campbelltown are not minor premiers tonight or today, not just yet. So it is Baroni. Goes out. Player going down. Is it Candeloro? Is it De Lucia? It's De Lucia. He's fairly tall. Tallish, is he?
No, his dad was too, or is.
I suppose. Goes out to Gal. Gal gets it down the line. Morris is there. MetroStars goes in. Inside the box. Trying to cut it back. It's going to go in, is it? Yes? No. I thought it was going in.
Well, it looked like it was going in.
Dorber.
And that's full time.
Well, that was quick.
Just 3 minutes of extra time as Eric Forster still, I think he's just happy to blow full time here and get this one over and done with. But MetroStars running out victors, 2-0, but I wouldn't say easily. And Blue Eagles, as Rob would say, gallant in defeat. Played the majority of this game with 10 men. Of course, after the red card to Thuani in the first half. And really, I thought at 1-0, Blue Eagles might have stolen a draw, but the second goal, I think, just deflated the lads too much. And that was that, as they say in the classics. So Ryan will make his way out to the middle, not necessarily with a man of the match these days, but he will have a chat to someone.
Maybe to...
But Rob, while Bomber adds up those stats, how did you see that game? How did you
Yeah,
assess
I
that
mean,
performance?
having Blue Eagles having a player sent off early in the first half, Thawani, with a controversial... I mean, it was there. The leg was there, but if you're going to make a decision and keep one player on, in Barbieri, they had his studs up as well. Should have done the same thing with the other player, but anyhow, as I said, they were gallant.
I'm sure you'll see it on screen. Voyle still with an inquisition there with Eric Forza still in. He's probably got every right to ask a few questions today of poor old Eric. And Voyle not happy, but his team gave everything. I don't think he'd be disappointed with his players. Down to you, Ryan.
Boys, I've got the coach here of MetroStars, Robbie. Congratulations, 2-0. You need that result.
Yeah, we've needed that result for the last probably 7 weeks or so. But look, to be fair, our form, as in win-loss, hasn't been great. But the last few weeks we've played quite well, just been on the wrong side of the result. So I didn't think we played as good today, to be honest. But it was a pretty hard-fought effort, and I thought the guys dug deep. And sometimes, those are the games that you need to win. So yeah, really happy today.
I was having a shower this morning and I was having a look, thinking about your team. Your 25 points. I was doing a little bit of thinking, a bit of match preview.
Why are you having a shower?
I was doing a bit of match preview while brushing my teeth.
Was that when you were soaping yourself?
I was thinking 25 points. How do you consider your season so far? I was having a look to me, and you've got a lot of players out. How do you consider your season?
Yeah, it's a pretty interrupted season, to be honest. Today we've had Lockie, Delos, Dylan out, and we lost JD for the rest of the year, obviously with a horrific knee injury, and it's been like that all year, to be honest. We've had some really big challenges, not so much on the park, but even off the park this year to deal with. But then again, it's no excuse. The buck falls with me, and once again, I just commend the players for responding today. It's been a really tough slog for them, and today was a really good reward for them.
What do you put it down to? Unfortunate injuries? You've just been cursed by the injury because you had Strain out as well. He's a key player, striker for you. Dylan Smith, who scored a lot of goals early on in the season. What do you put it down to?
Yeah, you can call it luck, you can call it whatever you want, really. But that's why you build a squad, I suppose. We've got a squad that we think, even if you lose 2 or 3, we've got enough quality to come in and fill those gaps. But look, like I said, it hasn't been a great year. When you look at certain decisions that go against you. I think today was the 8th penalty we've had in 5 games against us. So, and once again, it may have been a penalty. There's a lot of penalties that we have had against us that were the right call. But just when things are down, everything seems to steamroll. So hopefully today, I'm not sure what the other results are, but hopefully today is a bit of a catapult to give us a chance to make those finals in the last couple of games.
Speaking about squad, when injuries happen, you sort of unearth hidden gems. Bernardo's not a bad little player. Gives you something up front. He's got a little bite about him.
Yeah, we got Noel from West Adelaide, who wasn't getting much game time there. We took a punt with him because we had Tommy up for a significant time, and then we had Espo out. So we needed an attacking player. I rate him. I'm hoping to keep him for next year. He's so strong. He's a competitive beast, if you want to call it that, and he gives defenders a really tough time and makes them work for their money. But you talk about gems. I think Hamish Gow once again came on today, just controls the game. He's a brilliant young player. Cooper O'Donnell, which I didn't think had his best game, but he's came in the last 3 or 4 weeks and really stepped up into that role. So look, the good thing is we've got some really good young guys coming through, which sets the club in really positive for the future.
Where to for MetroStars? You got 3 points, needed it. You're sort of not consolidated in the 6, but it gives you a little bit of that breathing space that's required with 2 games to go. You got Adelaide City, West Adelaide, tough games because they are fighting for survival. Where to for MetroStars now?
Well, I'm not sure, but like I said, I'm not sure about other results, but I reckon that we're still 3 points out of the 6, so we're not consolidated at all. As far as that's my take, isn't it? But well, hopefully they can give me some better news than what I'm thinking. But look, we'll go back. We're going to treat the next 2 games as we did today, and as we've done the last couple of weeks as almost mini finals. And I think if you can get those results going into a finals, and if you're lucky enough to play finals, that just really sends a good message for the group to go in with some good form. But once again, Adelaide City, I think, is a really good team. They're going to be hard to beat, and West Adelaide, once they're fighting on the wrong side of the table, and they need results as well.
Yeah, your live table, Robbie. You're obviously 7th, 3 points behind the Blue Eagles, and the Blue Eagles have got some hard games. I think Adelaide United and Raiders, so you definitely can catch up.
Yeah, look, there's no hard. Every game's hard. There's no easy games anymore, Robbie, and we found that out this year with games that we thought we should have picked up and we haven't, and to be in this position today is only our fault. But we'll try to do our end to do what we can do, and everything else that we can't control, I suppose we can't really worry about.
Before I let you go, so you can go up and talk to your troops, any key players looking to come back in the last 2 games, and if you do make finals, do you got any players looking to come back? Any injury update?
Yeah, well, Tommy, I think it could be a 2 to 3 week prospect. I'm not too sure. And it was only Tuesday night that he's just pulled up with the hip flexor. That might be more serious than what we think. Alex Jacob, probably another couple of weeks away. Lockie Barr's the only one really that might be considered next week. Delos is probably another couple of weeks away, I reckon. So and like I said before, that's the squad. I thought Tony and Hendo today were fantastic.
Robbie, that's not due to the new pitch, is it?
Nah, it's actually ironic. A lot of these injuries have come from other things as well. So.
And you haven't won a game on your new pitch, have you?
I reckon we beat Paris.
Oh, you did.
We beat Blue Eagles last time, I reckon, 5-0.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. So look, the pitch is fantastic. That's one of the things we've. Yeah, it does. But we went, I think, 8 games straight away, and then we've been 9 games at home, and it's hard. But once again, no excuses. Every club has gone through that. The ones that are upgrading, and you've just got to be, got to grind through those moments to get the results.
I'll let you be. Go talk to your troops. Well done. Congratulations on the 2 points.
Thanks, guys.
Well done, Robbie.
So Robbie Saracino, they're the coach of the MetroStars, 2-0 over the Blue Eagles, within 3 points now, the top 6, and everything to play for.
Sorry, the way he was talking, it looked like he's got the gig for next season as well.
Well, you would say so, yeah. Where would you go?
Well,
where would you go? Where would you go? He deserves, it's not like he's had a squad and they haven't played well. He's been decimated by injuries. If you go through that list, that is 5 players out. Like that's a big.
First 11 players.
Yeah, so if you've got squad players coming in and putting in performances like that, you can say, well, obviously he's a good manager because he's been able to generate younger players to understand their system and structure, unearth hidden gems, get them to a level. You're going to get rid of him after that. That'd be a ridiculous decision by the board. But at the end of the day, I'm not the board. I think Robbie's a great coach. I think he's earned enough stripes in his managerial career to definitely be coaching next year.
Bomber, let's have a look at the stats of this game and then also some full-time scores.
Still the Adelaide City game continuing. Adelaide City leading 1-0 against Panthers. So Panthers have put up a good fight. All the other games
still losing, but
they lost. They lost their game.
Full time?
Yep, all full time, except for the Adelaide City game. But Bomber will go through that.
Yep. So stats brought to you by Greenplay Australia. Adelaide Blue Eagles had 2 shots, 2 on target, no shots off target. They conceded 9 fouls. They had 5 corners. They had made 7 saves and had the 1 red card. For MetroStars, they had 13 shots, 9 on target, 4 off target, conceded 13 fouls, had 3 corners, made 5 saves, 1 offside, and the 2 yellow cards there.
Well, there we go, some concisive stats for the MetroStars. Blue Eagles, very unlucky in my view not to get something out of this game. At 1-0, 2-0, I reckon the body language completely changed. And a few decisions didn't go their way, as you saw Voyle there. Just asking, doing the Spanish Inquisition there on Eric Ford-Steely as they were.
Spanish
Inquisition?
What does that mean?
I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
I'll try and keep it simple next
time.
No, that's all right. Okay. And just some scores around, final scores around the ground.
Yeah,
please.
Final scores around the grounds. Adelaide City is still leading 1-0 against South Adelaide Panthers. So they're in the extra time there. But full time, all the other around the grounds. Raiders winning 2-1 against Para Hills. It's 0-0 between Croydon Kings and Adelaide Comets. Campbelltown City winning 1-0 against West Adelaide. Adelaide United Youth winning 2-0 against Adelaide Olympic. And our matchup round is MetroStars winning 2-0 against Adelaide Blue Eagles. And lastly, in the State League, Modbury Jets winning 2-1 against Playford.
So, Rob, that live table, West Adelaide is
so Campbelltown. I'll go through the live table. So Campbelltown haven't won the minor premiers as yet. So it's 2 games to go. They're 5 points clear of Raiders. So Campbelltown on 40 points, Raiders on 35. and Olympic on 33. That's the top three. Then we've got Comets on 32.
Would Olympic... Oh, yeah, no, they've lost today.
They lost today.
Sorry, yeah.
They lost today.
Gee.
Comets go to 32. Croydon on 32. Blue Eagles on 31 in the top 6. Just below that, MetroStars and Adelaide United both on 28. Parry Hills can't make the top 6, so they're on 24 with 2 games to go. Adelaide City on 18. Still leading 1-0 at the moment, the Bomber, that game.
Yeah,
not
still
finished as yet. West Adelaide looks like they'll be the team going down. They're on 15 points. So with the game plus the percentage, it's going to be hard for West Adelaide to get back. And South Adelaide are relegated on 7 points.
Okay, not looking good for West Adelaide. It's been a while since they've been in the second tier. It looks like they'll be going down with South Adelaide, guaranteed to be going down, of course, South Adelaide. We hope you've enjoyed it. Round 20 action, all thanks to the Adelaide Fence Company here. Blue Eagles were the hosts today. They put up a very gallant performance. They did lose, unfortunately, 2-0 to MetroStars, down to 10 men for the majority of the game. But your final thoughts, Ryan?
Final thoughts, you hit the nail on the head. I think Blue Eagles, very unfortunate not to get something out of the game. Put a gallant effort in. Great shift, but unlucky not to get the chockies or at least share of the points. Like Robbie said, I don't think Metros were on top of their game today, but these are the games where you need to get the 3 points. They got the 3 points and they keep their season alive.
Absolutely. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yes,
Not forgetting, next week there's a big game down at Croydon.
Oh, yes.
Croydon against Raiders,
Yes.
their last game of the season.
At Polonia Park.
We will be down there, and there'll be heaps of things happening
They're
on the
expecting
day.
a very big crowd there, some past legends of the game, and get yourselves down there. It's the last time,
Does
especially.
that mean we're invited?
On that note, we hope you've had an enjoyable experience apart
Are
from
we
the...
legends?
Robbie's still trying to work out
please.
the AM, FM frequency punt. You
No, I got that one. It's the other
Thanks
one.
to the entire...
Spanish.
The Spanish Inquisition.
Inquisition. What's that got to do with soccer?
Anyway, in the text of what happened, thanks to the entire
okay.
LSA team, especially for putting up with Rob's attempted comedy today. Our camera boys, young Pete, Chappie, of course, Ryan Marvejo, our boundary rider, Jimbo, our producer, Paul Bombardieri, our statistician, and your commentators, Rob Peppicelli and Paul Pellizzari. Until next time, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you then.
I was worried when we had to cancel our Fiji holiday because of that unexpected cyclone.
Yeah, we'd already prepaid the flights and accommodation.
It's all covered because you took out an RAA travel insurance premium policy.
Clever us.
And because you booked your holiday through RAA Travel, we were able to rebook you to the Whitsundays.
Perfect.
So you guys can relax even more. Take off with more. Get a quote today.